I'm gonna double check to make sure that the audio is correct.
Yes.
Just gonna do that right quick. Let's all share that it's live.
Yeah.
How's the audio? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Hello.
Is it low?
Yeah. Sounds pretty good.
How about now?
See if it got better, Corey.
I don't wait. Sounds good.
Yeah, it's good.
Sounds
We're good. We're chilling.
But wait. I'm hearing it through here.
Through what?
Why?
What do you mean?
Yeah, we sound good.
Or is it? Am I just hearing your phone?
I think it's your headphones.
Well, how about now? Do you still hear it? Cause
No.
you shouldn't hear it to the desktop.
All right, so we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Back there.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, both of you.
Thank you. Thank
One
you.
on vacation,
Great
one
to be
working.
Yeah.
How's that go? How was life? How was vacation?
Great vacation.
Yeah.
Went to New Hampshire. Went to the White Mountains.
Seen you motherfuckers was riding horses
oh my
and shit.
God. Horse riding was probably the best
It's a
experience
nigga
of all
on
of
a
them.
neck.
Oh my god.
No, we
Great
rode horses like around. I don't know if you guys went to the Castle in the Sky with us before.
Huh?
The Castle in the Sky.
I don't think we went that.
Uh,
We might have did a different
Well,
one.
there's we did the Attitash one with you guys.
Yeah.
Another one that we just did when we were on vacation was called a ride around the castle in the sky. And like you get to go like around like all these the huge mountains. You get to see all like the mountains.
Yeah.
The Attitash mountains.
That's dope.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I'm asking you guys a question. Do you guys feel like since we were like so young and we always did it like every year with like vacation, we always did something like it seemed nature based.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you appreciate it more now, or did you appreciate it when you were young? I don't feel like I appreciated it as much as I should have.
Nah, I think I definitely took it for granted.
I don't think that we can appreciate it now because everything's more fucked up. Like they you see like deforestation.
What's up, PJ?
You know what I'm saying? Like you see more deforestation.
Deforest. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
They're,
Yeah.
they're destroying all
The-
that shit.
the
to
trees and stuff?
greenhouses
Yeah.
We see that.
Did she stop her?
I think so.
Oh.
We see
Carry on.
we see that now
Don't do that.
in front of. Is she
What?
just laying on her neck?
No.
We see that in front of us.
What do you say? Don't do that.
Yo, watching.
I'm not watching nothing. We talking. He's talking. Go ahead. Deforestation.
I'm just hearing about how fucked up Trump's America is, and they cutting down all the trees to
That's
make up
not.
paper.
That's not a
That's
thing.
what I
That's
heard.
not what.
And-
That's not what we said.
Yes, it's happening during Trump's America, but it happened during Obama's administration and Bush's administration.
Hear that? Obama fucked up.
So yeah, Obama made a lot of mistakes. We can do that if we
too.
want.
Said, don't do
but-
that. No, we're not. I was just being stupid.
But my main thing is that I'm seeing is like I'm sick of seeing like okay, we're gonna destroy nature, and then we're gonna build up these houses. Oh, there's nature in my backyard, so now we have to kill these bears. But you guys just fucking destroyed all their houses. What'd you expect? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a big difference from when we were younger.
Yeah, because I mean, before we used to do, what was that? In Lee, Mass, we used to go out there. Same thing though. It's kind of like I just felt like it was like not rural, but it was like definitely
You in the woods.
yeah quiet.
Very quiet.
But
Mosquitoes can take your baby like they big.
yeah, that's some big ass mosquitoes. Yeah, but now when we were younger, I always felt like it was one of those things like I looked forward to sometimes, but I also grewled a little bit. I just kind of like again, like it was kind of not dreadful, but you know,
It's repetitive.
Yeah,
We
but
just say the
now
same
I'm like
thing.
damn, like, yeah, I'll kill for a vacation.
I want to go in the woods.
Yeah.
Just disconnect for a little bit.
Yeah. What about you, James? I know you've been working.
Being an adult sucks. I don't know why we thought it was gonna be great growing
Yeah.
up.
Can we
I
we
hate
send this back?
Right.
I don't want this contract
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, it's the worst hood I ever lived in. Adulthood.
Yeah.
I just want to hear a child be like, I can't wait to grow up and just shake them. No, take it back. You don't understand. You don't understand what you're saying.
Turn around now.
You can't shake child.
No,
You didn't say
you can't
baby.
shake a baby.
You didn't say
I said a
baby.
child.
Other than that, oh, she's still going. What? She,
I don't even watch sports. You understand? You understand?
What about you?
Brianna.
Yeah, you behind the mic,
What about me?
behind the camera.
Vacations.
Bitch, I've been
No,
asking
we
about how.
ain't doing no vacation.
I said how shit been going. What do you? Oh, see, she said we ain't paying attention.
It's
It's
tiring.
It's called housekeeping. We're
It's
doing
tiring.
housekeeping.
anyways,
Life is tiring.
that's it.
You
Cool.
need a vacation.
All right, cool.
No.
So let's open
What
up.
about you?
Me? I've been working.
Can you do the cookout the other week?
The pig roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
2 weeks ago.
yeah, it was a little while ago. It was good, man. It was a good time. It was a really good time. Yeah, that was friends, food, beer. No, actually a lot of liquor. Yeah, you can't go wrong when you do stuff like that. It's like real like simple, but it's a good amount of simple.
Yeah, I had to be an adult. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah. So, I want to open up with the Area 51 raid.
Dumbass.
It turned to more of a festival than a raid.
I'm so let down. It was supposed to be 2 million. It turned out to be like 150.
150,000.
People
That's still a lot of people, though.
Wait, 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, was it 150 or 150,000?
That's what I heard. I heard it was 150.
I heard it was a lot. Like
I heard it was not.
Yeah, I heard people actually. A lot of people turned out. But that's the thing, though.
So what did they do?
Not find a thing.
I said only 150 people showed up.
Oh, 150.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's still to me. It's like it's if people they traveled there.
They were in walking distance.
Yeah. But let's be real. I mean, like that's a dangerous thing to do, man. You gotta end up on the government to watch list and shit.
Yeah, you didn't.
But if it was 100,000 people, like you thought, that it would have been way different.
What's your shoes? I want to rate Area 51.
Um,
It's not a legit reason.
They can't shoot us all.
huh.
The fuck they can't.
If it was 150,000,
They can nuke motherfuckers, can't
Jay,
they?
they got an evaporator you never even heard of. They just
I know, you thought the cricket was.
It's that Men in Black type
Here,
shit.
but now
They should
I
wait
have
till-
I have them in check though
They got
because
this
they
thing
can't
called-
use the weapon because it's right next to their base.
Now they got this thing called a microwave. It's a real microwave. Like they just pointed at
No,
shit,
they have
and shit
like.
just evaporates. It's like this, and it just
Mhm.
and you just dust. And they got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh my God. That's really why they don't want
That's
you
what
in
they
there.
got. That's really what they got.
Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of turned out how I kind of thought. I didn't think it was gonna be all these people saying, "Yeah, I'll be there." I didn't think they're really gonna show up. At the same time, it's like you got to realize these people who are at Area 51 are stationed there doing their job. So if they started unloading on motherfuckers, they weren't wrong to me.
Nope.
Cause I'm not being the guy. Oh, how'd they get on your watch? No,
Right?
no.
Not
What you
on
talking
my
about?
shift.
What you talking-
Not on my shift. Word.
They're like Johnson.
Word. Listen,
What happened?
Do that on anybody else's shift but mine.
Hey man, there was like 7 of them motherfuckers, man. I don't know. There was like 5 of them.
They was over there. They was over there.
Yeah, they was doing this too. They was running like motherfucker. They was quick.
Now we were running and
Yeah, they was running out like it was out of a cartoon or something.
Something.
What you see?
$20,000 reward offered for a 5-year-old girl who possibly abducted from New Jersey playground.
Oh damn.
Yikes.
I hope they find her.
That was 6 minutes ago.
Hope they find her.
$25,000.
Okay. So in big recent news, especially for us Patriots fans, Antonio Brown has been cut from the team. He's had a few incidents that have popped up over time. Like in most recent, like maybe a month. He was with Oakland, and he ended up asking to be released from them or traded. They obliged, and he ended up talking a deal with the Patriots. When you say what do you mean?
What is he getting fired over? That's what I want to know.
Oh, so okay, so when he was with the Steelers, it was like in 2017 or whatever, he had some sort of an interaction or altercation with a female that he had brought on that he knew from before. He knew her from college. They met at Bible group or something, or church.
So, yeah.
And he ended up bringing her like years later after he'd seen her. He brought her onto his team as one of his like exercise people. You know what I mean? Like the trainer. And so long story short, he ended up making a couple inappropriate advances and gestures towards her. So, allegedly. Well, no, he actually confirmed it through a text message saying that's why he bust on her back.
Whoa.
Anyways, so long story short, they talked about that, and so she put in a civil suit, which a lot of people thought homeboy was gonna go to jail for because they thought it was a criminal suit, but it's civil. So he wouldn't go to jail, but he is, facing whatever the charges are, and they were pretty serious, right?
Charges like sexual misconduct.
Hold on.
Kaylee?
Go.
Where your
play.
I'll play with you later,
I
okay?
don't know where her pants are. Go. Jesus, man.
I'll play with you later. Go ahead. Go play. Yeah. Okay, but play later.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open listening to her.
Sorry, guys.
So, so in 2017 she said that. 2018 she went back working with him after she had said he had done whatever inappropriate to her. Now, this for me personally is where I feel like it
That-
gets a little murky.
Yeah, I don't.
If you feel someone
like
had
how that
done
works.
something wrong to you or pretty much, sexually assaulted you, why would you go back and work with him? I'm not victim shaming at all. It's just a question that I ask myself to see what is possibly another angle or motive that she has behind
I'll say it.
whatever it is.
I'm gonna ask the question: how offended were you really?
Okay, but
Like
sometimes
how
don't you have to
how
just
much
play
did it
things like it's
really
normal?
bother you if you're gonna put yourself in that situation again?
Well, you don't,
Or were you all
there's-
no?
there's
Wait, hold
sorry,
on.
go ahead.
Or was it that she was actually into it the first time? Like there was more to it, and she was looking for a payday. Sometimes that does happen, and it's something we have to ask ourselves. Like, what was her motives in the first place? Why come back?
Yeah. See, like I don't have a problem when someone like seriously. We talked about this before with how Hollywood, old school Hollywood was. Sometimes you go and mess with the movie producer or TV executive, and he give you a job, or she. Most of the time it's he, obviously, but that was what it was. People knew that's how it was. So at that time, that was just the regular norm or standard, right? Like it's just kind of how it went.
Nobody called rape.
No, they didn't call rape. That's what I'm saying. It's like the fact of the matter is like now everybody's trying to change, and it's
Also-
okay if we're changing for the better or trying to be better as people. That's cool, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't like go back 80 years or 60 years and all that shit when that was the norm. Like we can't be sitting there mad about motherfucking crackheads from the 80s
Exactly.
because everybody was doing that shit. Everybody was doing coke, and crack, and all that shit. Like, come on.
Also, Brianna, back then you really couldn't cry rape. Like,
Yeah,
you could like right now with social media, you can
Get a lot
communicate
out
and
there.
have a lot
Yeah,
of.
there's a lot of shut up women.
The victims can actually communicate with each other and come together. But how do you do that back in a time when there wasn't social media like that?
Yeah,
I have the money. I have the money in this situation. I can make it disappear
Yeah.
like
And
that.
So real quick, just to, what I was trying to get at when you were saying why we should go back.
Mhm.
So in that situation, it kind of sounds like somewhere she kept going back. There was a power there. There was a power that on his side that he had, like, you know what I mean. He had some kind of power over her. And for her to go back only tells me that that she had to make things just seem normal. That's a football player.
Or it could
This
be,
is-
or
You guys,
Or my
do you know
counter
how
to
much,
that.
Do you know how much power football players have?
oh yeah, but I have a counter to that.
What do you mean by that?
What if the relationship just got bad?
Politics. Let's talk politics here.
What do you talk about? So what do you mean political power?
So
No, I wouldn't say political power.
No, absolutely not.
I wouldn't say like
more
I wouldn't
branding,
Say,
I would
I
think.
wouldn't say like politics.
I think
like,
he's
like
meaning
I mean,
more like within
like-
the football.
Like, okay, for example, you have
Like
your,
the hierarchy.
your head chef, right?
Yeah.
The person that you might not like, and then you, right?
Mhm.
If you complain to your head chef and he favors you, that's politics.
That's social
Okay, that's
politics.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying by
yeah,
politics.
yeah.
Not
What
like-
you said political, politics,
Yeah,
political,
yeah,
three
yeah,
times.
I
So
know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I can see like he holds something over her head, so so in that case she would have to. I wouldn't even say pretend, but make things seem normal.
Mhm.
Would be normal. Go to your job, do what you have to do.
A whole year later.
Excuse me. No, I
even
would.
if
It was
like just
from
in continuation.
the original claim. It was 2017,
Yeah, and in this
and then
climate,
went back to work with him in 2018.
Yeah, and in this climate right now, the fact that he even has a charge against him means he has no power in that relationship anymore.
You know what?
like-
but
Like no, you.
it's not her. It's
he
the
got-
teams that are charging him.
No, what I'm saying is.
It's her.
Pittsburgh
She,
Steelers.
you
It's
said
her.
that
No.
the reason why she
No,
went.
they're not.
You said the reason why she went back was because he had power.
Those
The moment
teams-
she charged
No,
him,
they're not.
Charges.
No, only she has press charges, and eventually they were shut down because the statute of limitation apparently.
right? Not,
So she missed it by however long. But then another lady came out and said she had similar things, but he made sexual advances, and he also didn't pay her for whatever work she did because she was an artist. Long story short, that's what they're working on now. But what got him cut from the team, all in all, was that he had sent a message to his go-to guy, his fixer guy, and said, "Can you investigate her?" While she's in this group chat that he made, it was him, her, and him, the fix it guy, and he said, "I need you to find any information out on her, or whatever." And he goes and takes a screenshot of a picture of her stuff on Instagram or whatever, and it was her kids. And he said, "Oh," and he referred to her as a pretty broke girl. Not like pretty, like she's
Yeah,
attractive,
she's
but like
pretty
damn, she's
broke.
pretty broke.
She's pretty broke.
And that's how he referred to her. And she said that she thinks it was like from a phone number from like years, or the same phone number from years before. Now, here's my thing with Antonio Brown. We cannot discount or argue that he is not or hasn't been the best wide receiver in the last 5 years. Julio Jones has been up there, but Antonio Brown for sure has been the definitive number one receiver in the league for 5 years, or the last 5 years at least. Now, with that, you know, you've had whatever on field and off field things that have come up, so you got to carry yourself a certain way as stuff is getting a little hot. Hold on. If you don't go sit down right now, we're gonna have a problem.
Can you open this for me?
No.
Careful, don't. Corey, go over there.
So mess me all up. So yeah. So what is it?
How he moves.
Also, he has to move accordingly. Now, in his deal that he had signed, or the contract he made with the Patriots, it stated that he could not bring any negative light to himself or any negative attention to himself or the organization. And by sending those text messages,
Of course.
you brought negative light. So, done is done. I'm sure, we appreciate it. The one game
Are you
we
sure?
saw,
So wait,
pretty
let me
good.
just make sure because this guy sounds like an idiot. She was absolutely in the group chat.
Yep.
With.
Yep. She brought it to her lawyers, and the lawyers brought it to his lawyers and stuff. So, anyways, obviously, to see the one game that he did play, it was pretty electrifying. I mean, he had the touchdown and 3 receptions. It could have been something great. With that being said, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I'm going to ask you guys a question off of this. Do you guys feel, or what do you think is the move to make for student athletes at a collegiate level, where these schools know they're only coming for their school scholarship or their sports scholarship? What do you think is the right move to do? Try and give them the curriculum that they're on or that they require from all students, or put them on another program that caters or focuses on what they will be doing in life later? Meaning football or sport is your thing, so they should have courses to take that help you balance your checkbook or whatever it is, or balance your numbers and make sure that your money is right, so you can be self-sufficient and not have to rely on another company or believe what whoever is telling you, or check it yourself if you need to. Should have public speaking and ways to carry yourself in the physical or in the public eye and things like that. And also, I think they should do a big thing on mental health, because a lot of these people or guys are coming from these disenfranchised, broken power areas that are like the rough areas. We could call it the hood if you want. You can
And
call
pay
it whatever.
them.
But
Fuck.
wait,
Oh yeah, but it's a different. We'll add that later.
I think that's all in the same
how does this
conversation.
go together?
What are you talking about?
What does this have to do with?
I literally just told you, because we talked about Antonio Brown. How do you fix something like that? Do you think? What do you mean?
I don't think none of those are the answer.
If you
No, it sounds
go
like
ahead. What?
it sounds like you were saying.
This was all a question.
I know,
Okay.
but from those questions, it sounded like you were saying because he didn't have
Joe's,
whatever.
you're right.
I don't think Derek's trying to defend or make
No,
any
I
excuse
know,
for this
but
guy. I
what
think
I'm
Derek.
saying-
Ask what she's asking.
So, you were asking. I know, but I'm saying it sounded like you were saying that because he came from the hood, or he didn't get, I don't know, any of this training, that's why he was.
That's not what I said at all.
I said that's what it sounded like.
I
didn't get that from that
I
at
had
all.
already stated all the stuff that had gone through or that he had done. I said, now my question to you guys is: do you think getting that kind of resources and stuff in college would help these players? Do you think that's a positive or the right step, instead of them being on this? What's those called? Those required classes where you have to take gen eds and shit. Instead of that, make a curriculum or something that's based off of their career path, since they know they're only going to be there most of the time, one and done.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I mean, I
But
think.
it's not gonna stop interaction with them females.
I don't think that's what he's trying
I'm
to say.
saying
He's
it's
not
the-
trying to make them not
I know
scumbags.
that.
Education's not going to make you less of a
That's what I'm
scumbag.
saying.
No, well, education does help your thought process. Education makes you take a step back. And,
A terrible person with the education is still going to be a
He's a
terrible person.
He's just smart.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna cover
yeah,
it
yeah.
differently. I don't think that's.
I'd
what
rather you cover it and not get caught.
I-
No, I'm kidding.
But I get what you're. I
Like
get
to
what
see
you're
your
going with, and But here's the thing: you get this education according to that curriculum. However, sports is one of those things where you get hit wrong and you're done anyway.
Yep.
So maybe what if you get injured out before the big check?
Yeah,
Now
no,
you
but
got-
I'm saying
now you got nothing
while
to fall back on.
while in school, I get that.
That's what. No. That's all. That's my thing. So I do think that what you're saying absolutely needs to be a part of.
I think it needs to be a
The
part
education.
of college in general.
Yeah, no, that should start in high school first off. To be honest,
Yeah.
all that like home ec and all that stuff they used to do that,
Yeah.
but like now they don't have any of that in the curriculum, and it shows. It affects all these like young kids and people. You know what I mean?
Don't even know how to budget.
Yeah, I mean even you kind of learn it on the
No,
fly because
there's
you have
kids
to.
that don't even know how to do laundry.
Yeah.
Like balancing a checkbook or budgeting, that's a little harder than putting clothes in a fucking washer and adding soap.
What's more important?
You
You
won't
need
have
a-
a
you-
job without clean clothes.
You need to do both. Yourself.
Nobody's gonna hire you if you come in.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? Like, what do you think is like a something that they can implement in the sense of giving more resources towards what are they're going to be doing later in life? I get what you're saying with the whole that doesn't help them later if they get injured or whatever. But I'm saying like to help them, like given the, let's say like they make it to the big leagues, and now they have these guys are thrown out there and they've been however they've been living, don't know.
No, what I'm saying is it's a start, but it can't be that can't be where the conversation ends. You know? What I mean?
No. I'm saying like give them tools though that help them with what they're doing.
You want me to handle her?
Go to another subject.
No, I do like this idea. I do like this education conversation because it kind of shows right now the kind of problems we actually have. This is a bigger conversation, and I like
Yeah.
it.
I think we need to have education and
Because
in
sexual
in all
misconduct.
honesty, let's be honest. Right now, education's in the back burner. The priority is like making cookie cutter workers that won't question or think on their own, and these athletes get caught up in it, and then they have a talent, but they're still taught to be cookie cutter, and that's what I think is the bigger conversation.
A lot of it has to do with ego too, though.
I mean,
The fact that I think I'm bigger or better than you, so that's why I have the power over you, because
Right.
either nobody's gonna believe you or, look at me. Everyone wants to have sex with me.
I mean, yeah, but that's a different conversation than what I'm talking about. I think because I'm talking about education for everybody, and I think you're talking about just the outlook on the athletes, and I don't think all the athletes have it. I think certain predators have that outlook.
Right,
That's how they justify their actions.
all right.
But
I think we need to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So first, let's decide what we're talking about. I was talking about education, and you were talking about the ego of athletes, right? More or less, Brianna.
Yeah.
So which one are we gonna focus on? Because those are both very good conversations. Oh, Derek came in. He's the expert on ego. We can.
Yeah.
He can definitely. He can definitely.
Wow.
He can. But he's the person whose ego hasn't like corrupted him.
What?
Like, cause she was. So I'm talking about how these athletes justify in their head taking advantage of people, and it's because look at how many people want them, or look at what they can do.
Yep.
That not a lot of people can do, and I agree. A lot of these monsters, do justify their actions like that. I'm not gonna call them athletes because not every athlete is hunting for people and using what they can do for their hunting ground.
So your question to me is,
like, okay, so my question would be, how has your ego gotten you in trouble?
my ego? Oh shit.
And how has the ego actually benefited you and others?
Okay.
Let's play it both ways, because I don't think Derek is a person whose ego makes him like a horrible person. Derek is a person who has an ego, and at the end of the day, you still want to hang out with them.
I think the difference between my ego and how a lot of these athletes' ego is, their ego is based off of they think that they're God's gift to Earth or man. You know what I mean? Huh?
That's what I said.
Now my ego is strictly a pride in myself ego kind of deal. Where my mantra. No, it gets better. My mantra, and I live by this shit, is with a pride that rivals the gods.
Oh, okay.
At all points and all times, why can I not be on the level of whoever or whatever? You know what I mean? And for a lot of people, they say that what's a hubris?
Yeah.
They say like you should never base yourself off of it. Why? Because just like you look at him or whoever in the divine light, be that divine light, be that divine energy or power, and move that way. Now, what I will say though, is a lot of these athletes get smoke pumped in their asses though. Like all these people, oh, you're so good, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Right. So when you're doing that, you start to believe that shit, and you're like, yo, I could pull whoever I got, whatever, and they want me. Which is fine and dandy. If the motherfucker wants you, they might really want you. But there's a way to go about it. You know what I mean? Like me personally, like, I'm over here, I'm like a 7, you know what I'm saying? Solid 7.
Is that tricking?
What?
See? Wait. It all goes back to tricking.
It doesn't. Go ahead. Ask that question.
Hold on. Because I don't want to lose this. When you were saying...
Yo, don't start asking me questions trying to catch me up on no shit. Yes, I did her.
You did who? Me?
I don't. Go.
Don't be
go.
Talking shit.
Go, hurry up. What happened?
I'll bring you to the bathroom.
Carry on. Sorry.
I forgot.
Yeah!
What were you just saying?
Me?
Oh, okay, I get it. But that's why it becomes a problem because they think everybody wants them. So the one girl that says no, they're like, no, fuck that, I'm taking this.
Right.
I shouldn't have ate that Cheeto.
So now he does what he has to do to get her, right? Whether it becomes spoiling, whether it becomes whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what she's referring to. That's not what Brianna's referring to. She's talking about sexual assault.
Okay, but
that's a no.
Okay.
We're not.
Okay.
You're trying to go into another
ask
topic.
Your question. Yeah. This is completely different.
We can ask that later because it goes with another.
All right, go ahead, because I want to understand the trick.
It goes with a topic later. But I can.
No, go to your topic.
All right.
Go to your topic. You're already there.
My topic is what is tricking, and we can fall through from there. So
it ain't tricking if you got it.
Heard.
But what is it? What is it?
Money.
Is it the money
No.
or her already?
No, it is it.
I don't know.
It is the sauce. If you got it, you got it. That's,
okay.
You know how they say the it factor? That's what it is.
So for those who don't have it, Corey, why don't you explain it to them, Derek? You don't have to. Just explain
what?
it to them.
You can't explain it. If you got it, you got it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's like people. If you know things, you know.
Oh no.
If you know things, you know. Go ahead, carry on.
It's like if you know.
Yeah,
so what's your question?
All right. So no, really, what is tricking?
Tricking isn't that when you have like you have a trick? So like it's like a trick is someone who give you money.
So right. So
right. The trick is the person who
tricking
gives
is
money.
when you give.
She's gonna Urban Dictionary.
You give money to
tricking.
Someone for the benefit of their time.
Yeah, the trick is
or
the
a
person.
company.
No,
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
Right. So the person that is tricking is the person that spends the money.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is the person who gets the money.
You're making your goal in life to be the trick as minimum as possible.
Okay.
Spending your money on a female so she stays with you.
It's not just a
have to be
female.
Not just a female.
This is why I argue it.
Jesus, such
This
a
is
guy response.
This is my problem.
Hold on.
This
it says
is my problem.
to splurge on large gifts for a girl or boy that you like but don't know very well. Work in the streets as a prostitute.
Yeah.
That's
what it says.
Yeah, because you go do that to get the tricks. So you're tricking. You're in the action or doing the motion of tricking to get them.
To spend money that you do not have.
So go ahead.
Keep
What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, why does tricking have to come always with a negative stigma?
I'm gonna throw out that it kind of very closely correlates to prostitution most of the time.
That's why it's negative. Yeah.
Most of the time.
But most of the time,
but everyone's
But is that more of an escort?
But
no, here's the thing though.
That's
about
not okay either.
Here's the thing about tricking. Everyone's doing it all the
But
time.
it's still not legal. It's still not legal.
Depends.
Okay, hold on.
Even a high-end escort who just sits there and goes into a date with you because you got like a work gala or something. Still, the exchange of money for something like that is not legal.
So the fact that it's not legal is the problem.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I don't got a problem with any of it.
Because hold on.
That's the oldest profession.
Because it's tricking. It is tricking no matter what.
Who the fuck are we to say you can't go do what you want?
If you take a chick out to go eat, and at the end of the day you expect sex, you tricked. You bought food for her in the process of
but
sex.
It doesn't always
No. It's
sex.
different. That's different.
Yeah,
different. Because
that's
tricking
what I'm
has
saying.
There's prostitution.
No, prostitution and tricking already has that established from the beginning.
Of course.
If I have it in my head, I'm gonna try and smash after I take you to eat. That's only me. But with tricking and prostitution, that's already established between the two.
If
Yeah.
you go
I think
pick
that's
up,
That's
if you go pick up a chick on the corner,
the thing went out.
you know what she's doing.
Yeah.
How? Just put it
Good,
on.
not-
Prostitution is a straightforward
gotta protect
transaction.
Huh?
Prostitution is a straightforward
Yeah,
transaction.
but hold on
You
now.
already knew the deal.
But you can trick without knowing that you're being tricked.
We're gonna get some.
Oh, okay, we already been on this.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So like, we've been over. Yeah, you can trick without being knowing that somebody.
But I'm gonna be honest.
tricking,
Somewhere
so
in
like,
your head, you knew. Yeah.
I knew
You
about what?
didn't,
Because
hold on,
you.
hold on. So we can use the example that we used the other day, and you
Okay.
didn't know.
No. Because at the end of the day, right?
Mhm.
I knew what was expected of me, and I knew what I was expecting. That's tricking. Period. I knew that they wanted something from me, and I knew I wanted something from them, and I gave them what I wanted with the expectation of getting what I wanted.
So every day, everyone's tricking.
Tricking's every day.
No, yeah,
It's just
You could be
knowing where
tricking
your
doesn't
role
mean that
is.
you're gonna actively get
Right.
of course.
whatever.
Of
You
course,
just need
of
to
course.
you need to decide
Tricking is
what
just
role you
Who
want to
gets
play.
the favor? Yeah, tricking is who's favoring who. That's why I think it's. That's why I think the idea of trick came from. Who's doing the more of it? So like, then the question that popped up that I said was, all right. So if a relationship started where, let's say you.
Bring your mic up. I don't feel like you're
Sorry,
gonna. be
let's
loud
say the
enough.
relationship started where you was the one spoiling Brianna with gifts and shit like that, right?
Uh-huh.
You stop, and now the relationship sours, right?
Yep.
That proves that there was never any interest from her in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's fine.
You had interest.
He said that's fine.
No, that's
No,
fine. Like,
that is
it
fine.
happens.
It is fine.
Yeah.
No,
it's-
it happens.
It
I
happens.
just didn't expect
It
him to be
happens.
so
No.
quick to be like, that's
Now-
fine.
No, because it's like we gotta stop. We as a society, we gotta stop holding these fucking standards and shit to people.
Right, because that's how people get into relationships
'Cause-
that they're not even in.
My thing is that bothers me is like I've never been one to sit there and pretend like I want to be with whoever if I don't. I'm
Right,
not
of
gonna
course.
sit there and smile in your face and not want to be with you or whatever the situation, right?
Right.
And that's even what like the relationship could be just us as actual like just friends. You know what I mean? Like I feel like leading someone on in general. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. If I don't want to deal with you like that, I don't. Now, when we start saying stuff like that, like oh, cause I was buying gifts for whoever and they stuck around or what? Okay, that's something that me and them got to deal
You
with.
agree
Right.
with-
At
yeah.
no point do you have to stay with me because I'm buying you gifts. Just know when you leave, the gifts do stop.
No, but hold on.
And
What I'm
I
saying
know-
is, even before your relationship, so as a friendship,
Uh-huh.
right? So,
Well,
like
I
like
don't
while
buy
y'all was
friendships.
talking and everything, like let's say you bought her like a teddy bear or like a ring, something, just something, simple. Let's just say you did.
A ring ain't
Okay,
simple, bro.
but we know
Buy
that.
your
Go ahead,
friend
go
rings?
ahead.
We know that.
I don't buy
Um,
friends nothing.
So you buy your friend a gift or whatever, right? And then you start buying gifts. Maybe like 2 months later, you're like, let's just make a relationship, right?
Mm.
So now you're buying during the relationship, you're buying gifts. You're buying bigger gifts. The gift stops. She says you're not buying me gifts anymore. What the fuck? Now you're like, okay. You realize that it was a using. Now you realize you was a trick. Now you was tricking, right?
Go ahead.
Is it not tricking? What's the problem here?
No, because you set an expectation.
Yeah, you're
That,
expecting.
no.
Who's expecting it?
She's expecting.
Listen, hold on. But you set up that expectation
Yeah,
How?
you made the
by
deal.
always buying. Then you asked, "Do you want to be my girl?" And then
Yep.
kept buying.
But it doesn't-
But then now that she's your girl, now it stops. So you were tricking.
Yeah, but you already. Like,
Not. Why
you-
is that tricking? You just doing something because you felt you wanted to do something.
I'm saying that's what.
It's not
Well,
tricking.
yeah.
You got to realize like so when you're doing it, you have the intent of what? When you're buying these gifts, are you just buying your friend a gift that you want to eventually make your girlfriend? So that's not tricking. That's called what?
Buying your friend a gift.
No,
time
wooing.
out,
You're
time out,
wooing the
time out.
female, right?
What was your expectations from
Some
with these
pussy,
gifts?
bro. Now.
So that would be
No,
tricking.
my expectation.
When that's
no,
tricking. One, if,
No,
like,
my expectation. More
What?
of her time, and giving her more
Yeah,
of
that's
my
still tricking.
time.
Nah.
Why?
If
See-
you
see,
are no,
James, that's-
if you are
see,
using,
when-
if you are
when
using,
time, when
It
my
says,
one-
hold on. It says someone you don't know.
no,
Yes, it does.
It's-
That's someone you don't know.
That's what it
It
says.
says
It
that
someone
you
don't.
like but don't know very well.
But you can,
So
but
if
you
you
can't
know
trick
them
with
and
an
you're buying them
escort.
gifts,
You
the
can't trick with an
moment-
escort
the
Of course, you don't know.
moment-
over years. Because now you know.
Nah, it won't be tricking over time. Over time, it's no longer tricking.
No, I think
Listen,
it's a
stop.
temporary
You
thing.
become a regular.
Because you guys,
That's-
look, the moment finance becomes a part of it, and it's not just your time
Stay
and
on
their
your
time.
side. Stay on your
It's not
side.
just your time and their time is enough for you. The moment you have to bring something outside, it's tricking. Because you aren't enough.
But what if I just want to spend my money?
Hold on. I don't get
No, that.
that. Go ahead. Let the female. Hold on. Let her
He
talk.
already said.
Shut up!
He already said the reason he's buying gifts is because he wants time with them.
Right, but what
So
if
that
I,
already established Corey's
What you
time.
said, 'cause you want time
isn't
with
enough
them?
No,
for
I'm
them.
saying.
I have to
like,
bring
want
something
more time.
else
So it's not saying that that's the only
into
reason I'm
it.
spending
So here's
my
the
money.
you-
So when people want,
It's
when
not the only
people,
reason why I'm
so
spending the
Let's
money.
not talk over
Sorry,
each other.
yeah.
so if your girlfriend expects something on her birthday,
That's a
That's
girlfriend.
different. First of all, that's a birthday.
different.
It's an
Yeah, she's your
event.
girlfriend.
It's an
She's your
event.
girlfriend.
It's something special
Okay,
that we've already
have
all
to-
agreed to.
Okay, stop. We have to stop moving and talking like, cause you bought a gift, it's tricking. That's not a thing.
Right.
You bought a gift because you felt you wanted to buy a gift sometimes.
No,
Now, hold on, because right now the whole problem, the premise of conversation is that
We don't know.
you're saying this person is about to be your girlfriend potentially. Means you know her. Tricking is you go talk to someone you don't know
I was gonna
and
it
say,
doesn't have to be a
I
girlfriend.
have this for this. That's tricking.
It doesn't even have to be a
wait,
girlfriend. That's
stop.
right. It doesn't have to
There-
be a girlfriend. But
I
you can
asked
trick with
him
a girlfriend.
specifically.
Y'all-
You can
like,
trick with a
Hold on.
yeah, but no, I asked
No, you
specifically.
can't.
Derek,
How are you? Hold on. How the fuck do you trick with a girlfriend?
no, wait. your
You're
girlfriend-
dating them already. That's your
Yeah.
girlfriend. You're not tricking. You're dating.
But Derek, the reason I asked him why he
You
buying
might be a
stuff,
chump, but you ain't tricking.
If he said it was a gift, it would have been different. That's why I asked him why you buying it, and he
Wow.
said for more time.
No, no.
That's what, but that's what he
but-
said.
time out.
That's not a gift anymore. That's
You heard the whole thing. Right
that's
there.
an
Yeah,
exchange.
I understand
of-
what you're
that's an-
saying, but you have to remember that, what do you call that shit? Undertones matter, or nuances matter.
Right.
So when he said, I'm buying it because I want to spend more time with her, in the sense of maybe, you know, in that point, we know that they've known each other for a while, or they've been talking for a while, and and it just kind of evolved into whatever it evolved into, right?
mm-hmm.
And he's buying this to spend more time and hang out. So the tricking thing is out the window at that point. When we're talking about tricking, it's literally someone you don't know and you're trying to just smash or whatever it might be.
That's not true. Because there are people out there who claim to be your friends with alternate intentions.
That's not tricking.
That is absolutely tricking. The word is trick. You got
See,
tricked into
we have-
thinking they were
see,
your friends.
This is the
Okay.
thing. We always have this.
But isn't tricking of with sexual intention?
Does it have to be?
No,
sexual
doesn't
intention?
have
I don't
to
know.
be.
It
with
just
sexual
says
don't know.
spending your money on a female so she stays with you.
But hold on. Does stay with
It-
me mean give me more time?
Yes.
Yes.
So hold on. Now, if I say,
Well, we have to remember it's someone that you don't know. Because I
So-
think once you know somebody and build a relationship or rapport
So-
of some point, it's no of some part, it is no longer.
But see that what you're going with is honesty on your part.
If
You're
it-
not looking
That's
at
what
the-
we was talking
but you're
about.
not looking
That's
at
what I'm saying,
deception
but-
on their
but-
part.
no, that's
hold on,
fine.
because
But
to
if
me-
time out, if I'm buying the gift out of my own free will and volition, that means
That's part of the trick, though. That's part
See
of
why
the
the
trick
trick
is
is-
to
see,
make
why
you
is it
think
tricking?
What are you
you
talking about? Why
want
is
to
it
do
tricking?
that.
he's
Just
saying
because I buy the
from what he's
gift-
saying. No.
The
You-
deception on their
Oh.
part that you have to understand.
Yeah, we get
So
that. We get what you're saying. We get
but
what
a
you're
major
saying.
part of the deception is to make you think that you want to give it to them.
Okay, I'm not gonna agree
So
with
I
you.
can't.
So
I just can't just want to give somebody a gift and not be in the trick.
that's your own thought. Is what I'm,
I'm not-
saying.
I'm
and
asking.
he's saying no, they're gonna try and push whatever agenda on you, which is fine. He's right too. You're right too. What else do you have for a question of this topic? Because it was kind of funny.
It ain't
tricking if you got it.
women. So
Mm.
Brianna, how do you get a nigga to trip
Whoa.
without him knowing that he's doing it?
He jumped.
Wait, what?
See?
So how would
That's
you get
exactly-
Derek to get you something without him knowing that you're trying to get it? Like,
You're assuming that she's done that.
don't be mad because you a trick.
I wasn't.
Trick ass.
I'm not. But okay, carry on.
Or
You gotta hold on.
doesn't have to be
Hold on.
Derek.
I'm not gonna
It
say
doesn't
no
have to be
names.
Derek.
We've all talked about this fucking situation.
Bro, I'm a trick. I know.
We all know that.
I know.
No, you're not a trick. You're a sucker.
I be.
That's
Okay.
which is a
Yeah.
difference. It's a trick.
It's ladies
No.
do this.
It's different. This nigga's a sucker. You are a sucker. For a specific
You-
bitch, and I won't say it.
You
And
just
when I
trying
say
to
bitch, I
pretty
mean
up.
bitch.
You trying to
One-
pretty up the word, bro.
One
That's all that
vagina.
is.
That's not one.
That's just prettying up the
No,
word.
I'm saying one woman that I'm talking about in particular. You was a sucker. I told you multiple times, and you didn't listen. So to me, when it comes to certain people, you a sucker. And I know that, and I move like that. I move accordingly. I move with what you give me. I respect the fuck out of you, but I know where you stand.
But we can't just say, oh, that it's a norm.
What's a norm? What's a norm? Wait. Say
has,
what?
has she come right now?
Corey,
fuck that.
Corey, saying what's a norm?
That anytime that chick would come, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm talking about in the instance when she was around.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about because she is not around right now, right?
That was different though. It was a different situation.
I'm talking about when she was there. That's all I got to go off is what you showed me or gave me.
Yeah, like I said, in that situation, I was a whole different person.
I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying what I saw.
Not, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'll get my point. I'll go,
it's fine.
It's get yours point, but I gotta get mine too. Shit.
So you don't
Did she ever pay for drugs at least, Corey?
I never said I wasn't.
Drugs.
Did she ever pay for drugs?
Drugs, nigga. Don't answer that. Look at me. As your lawyer.
We don't pay for drugs.
As your lawyer.
We don't pay for drugs.
Go to black. Go to black.
Not
We
once.
don't do that.
Not once.
What's drugs?
This is drugs.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck.
Okay.
Never pay for drugs.
All right. So let's
once.
let's jump to something else. That's,
Corey's like, this took a turn. Fuck this.
Should we go funny or serious?
What?
Fuck it. We already rowdy. Tekashi 6ix9ine, as a lot of them called him now. Tekashi Snitch 9. Let's talk about that guy, person. Okay, so we all know what's going on with him. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on what's happening right now with him talking?
Oh, so, just him talking or snitching in general?
Snitching, James.
Okay.
What the fuck else?
All he's talking about is snitching.
I know.
So
you know the mailman. You know the mailman. You know the mailman. He was bringing the mail to people's houses.
So, like, when it comes to snitching, if you're the
said
victim,
two,
I'm
we
fine
put
with
it
you
in
saying what you have to. But if
Philly
you're
said
doing
two,
the
we put it
dirt,
in four.
do your fucking time. Like you did it. You decided already to victimize. You decided already to do the crimes, and now because you're scared of the punishment, that's when you want to start snitching and telling on people.
But these people tried to kidnap him.
Well, then maybe he shouldn't be in a world where people want to kidnap you.
Yeah, my argument to
mouth.
that was it could have been any one of them.
First of all, he was
No,
running his mouth like he couldn't get killed by people
Yeah, he was
who
like,
he was threatening to kill.
"Come touch me." Okay, so here's my thing. What?
Yeah.
He was threatening.
Yeah, this dude was running his
He was
mouth.
talking mad shit, telling
Yeah,
people
he
suck
was
his.
talking-
He was
Yo,
saying suck his dick.
and then got mad when
He
the
don't have
killers
a
were
dick.
like, "All right, let's see who's about it."
He really probably wanted him to suck his dick, but
No, wait.
He don't have a dick.
Yeah, Tekashi got scared when the people who were like ready to kill
Uh-huh.
were like, "Let's do this."
So do you know who those people are?
I ain't dropping names. But
No. Do you know who they are to him? Or who they were?
Yeah.
Who?
The people in his gang or the other people
His
who were he was
bodyguard?
fighting?
Was
It's
The
everybody.
people. The people he's.
Yeah, he has several
Okay.
groups after him.
yeah,
So
he
the
has
gang,
mad beefs.
the gang he was claiming to be part of.
He only does.
Then the gang that were rivals of the gangs he was claiming to be part of, and then the people he made rivals of him in the street and just rapping. He has so many enemies.
Okay, right now, what is you know what the case is about? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, this case. Oh, you talk.
It's a Rico
I don't know
case.
about this one. This
the
one.
Rico case, the big case.
Oh,
That
the
he's
Rico.
facing 47
Yeah,
years.
yeah, the Rico. Okay,
That's
that
what
one-
we're talking about.
That's why he snitched.
Yeah, but that's on. But Rico's could be from anything from firearms to drugs.
It's
It's
all
all of
that.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So
It's
the people.
all his.
So the
involved-
people he's talking about
Ooh,
stem from everything I just said.
What just happened?
No.
what you talk about 6ix9ine?
Yeah. So let me throw it out there. So the Rico case that's against them is about the racketeering and all that, and being a big like gang of whatever sort with the money, guns, drugs, and all that stuff, right? So I'm gonna just throw this into a question and see what you guys feel about it. Then I'll give my take on it. So, with all of this said, he's now talking to or cooperating, and a lot of the people that he has been listing and labeling are all part of this group or gang, right?
Okay.
My question to you is, do you have a problem with it after finding out, or he finding out, that the group that he once claimed loyal to was plotting behind his back to kill him? And they were plotting behind his back in phone calls, text messages, and stuff that he never knew. And they didn't start doing that until he decided he was no longer going to be represented by this conglomerate anymore.
Right.
So what do you think about that?
I think he's a bitch.
I feel like they were probably doing that shit because they knew he was snitching already.
But he was also like talking out of his neck about that gang too.
Y'all do realize that
Like-
the NIC, like police, have gang members in the police units, right?
Yeah, we're aware.
So what makes you think that these people that he was in the same gang with doesn't have members in the police?
No one said that.
I'm just saying. So don't you think that those gang members would have known that he was talking or planning? Because I think there was something about him being an informant prior to him even trying to drop. And that's why
6ix9ine.
Tekashi. That's why he was able to tell all these people, "Yo, suck my dick, all this," because he was working with police the whole time.
I don't know. It could be the point, but my question to you still stands: is what are your thoughts on his loyalty to them? You said he's a bitch.
If you're doing the dirt,
He doesn't
then all
have
of
to
us,
be loyal to them anymore.
yeah, but no,
Why?
but if you're doing the dirt and
If-
then it comes
Hold on,
back
let-
on
let
you,
I'm telling you.
like,
Yeah, but if he found out they were already planning whatever it was behind his back, at that point, they're no longer loyal to him. So why should he have any loyalty to them?
What about your code? Fuck what they was doing. You don't.
But it's
No.
But right now there is no code because you just fucked up.
All right, all right, hold on.
So-
Fuck what they did. You was doing dirt. You was
Right.
selling. You was fucking with those guns. You was fucking with them drugs and everything.
That's a good point.
Right.
Right.
You was doing all that shit. So now that you're in deep shit,
you want to take
and they
everyone
was
else
trying to
with
kidnap
yeah.
you. Now that shit that you did doesn't matter. No, you was
No,
doing
you,
it.
exactly.
So listen. All right. So what are your thoughts on it?
If I did it, I gotta do my time. It doesn't matter
Alright.
about all that shit.
So I agree.
Them trying to kidnap me is different. We could talk about that.
So, but we're talking about the kid. That's all the
Yeah.
same thing, though. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but-
knowing all that now,
Yeah.
what is your feelings and thoughts on that shit? Because now you know they tried to kidnap him. They tried
As a
to.
whole.
They tried to violate him seriously.
Yeah, but I can't explain because I'm not judicially intact. But the way that I would have thought that it would be perfect way wouldn't Tekashi pick up the kid? Wouldn't he had to be charging them with the whole shit that was gonna happen to him because he was a victim?
That's
in
a
that
good point.
situation. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good
You
point.
see what I'm saying? right?
Tekashi should be
No, I don't know.
putting.
I don't understand.
Tekashi should be pressing charges on the
On
people
the
who were
people who
trying to
trying
kidnap him.
him and not have to worry about this kidnapping shit. Cause why you
the kidnapping thing's not on the charge. He's not being charged with
I know
kidnapping.
that, but he's
That's what
telling
he's
on,
saying.
He's
Tekashi
telling on
instead
his
of
said
snitching should be
kidnappers
pressing charges.
because they're trying to kidnap
And that should be where
Yeah.
it
That
goes.
has
He should be able to make a
nothing
deal.
do with this drug, guns, and shit.
Okay.
That's after this.
So
So you guys do know that they've been watching them for however long and
Oh,
seen
yeah.
how they've been moving and
I
all
get
that,
that.
and
yeah.
he had to
I get
admit
that.
that his music and stuff was to promote the gang and all that shit, right?
Right.
Okay.
That's part of the deal.
So now, did you guys know that his manager was fucking his baby mama while he was still with her
Yep.
the whole time?
I didn't know that part.
His baby mama
See,
fucked
but-
up.
Wait,
But
That
that's
don't
still-
matter. It don't
but
matter.
That's still
It don't
not a
matter.
reason.
How'd they find this
That's
out
still
there?
not a reason to snitch when
No,
you
I
was
can't
doing
believe
I
the
didn't know
dirt.
this. I need to.
Yo, all right,
hold
hold on a second. Let me
Oh,
ask you
just
this.
come
Okay,
to
'cause
light.
now I'm gonna give my opinion to the thing. I feel personally, same thing. It's like, yeah, you got the street cred all the way through, right? But once shit went south, right? It went south when he said, "I am no longer doing this for you guys," and they were like, "We gotta kill him," right? Just because I decided I'm not rocking with you no more, now we gotta kill you.
I think there's more than that
Because he
because
knows too
I don't know if
much.
you've seen the
He knows
interviews.
exactly.
He was
He
talking
knows
shit
shit.
about them.
He knows
Yeah, that's
Like-
that's,
like he
that's
was
fine
dead.
because they was also running their mouths behind the scenes too.
So-
And hold on,
Mhm.
not only did he not know, but this nigga was probably still going to work, meaning to the fucking label and shit, not knowing these
Recording and
niggas was
doing all that
plotting to
shit,
kill
yeah.
him.
Slum Island
Not
and
knowing.
everything. Okay, but
So here's my
go ahead, go
fuck the loyalty part.
Right.
Fuck that shit because the loyalty was gone once y'all was talking about let's violate him on some serious shit.
Okay.
You talk about violating and killing motherfucker, say that shit or act on it with him like, yo, we got beef.
Yeah.
This nigga did not know.
Yeah.
So fuck the loyalty shit. Would I go about it the way he's doing it? Probably not. I ain't gonna sit there and talk in court. But
Right.
I'm just saying the loyalty part that everybody in these streets is pumping and shit. You're doing it on some because I'm not in the situation.
Right. No,
I don't
If you
think any
know
of
a
us
nigga-
were pumping loyalty. I never said anything about loyalty.
You called him- no,
I
no,
said he was a bitch because he was doing the dirt,
Uh-huh.
and then it got scary when everything like the dirt came back on
He
him.
didn't know about none of that until he was locked up.
But that's my thing. It doesn't matter if when he finds out he gets scared because the dirt came back on him, and now he wants to cut deals.
Yeah,
That's
dirt.
my issue.
No, hold
I don't
on,
give a
hold
fuck
on.
about betrayal and loyalty or nothing like that.
Yo.
If you do the dirt,
Pay attention.
don't be scared when the dirt comes back on you. You're gonna,
bumping into that.
of course, you're gonna get mud on you. You're fucking doing dirt.
Hmm.
Reap what you sow. Don't be a bitch. You know that everything got real. It got too real, and you couldn't handle it. That's
But it's
that's my
easy-
problem.
But it's
That's a hard beat, right? He's like the
But it's easier to say that now. If you walk in there and they're saying you're the first person that we got, I can cut you a deal. Instead of doing 47 years, you could do 5 to 8.
Let me. All right.
with
You know-
I'm not about
you
that
know
life. That's why I'm not a
damn-
part of it.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not built for it.
So you
Let's
can't.
get it straight though. I'm still not with the snitching part, but the loyalty where everybody's trying to throw like, oh, you this and that. Nah, man, these motherfuckers was literally calling and texting behind his, like, you know what I mean? This nigga
But that's the
never knew.
problem.
I agree with
Hold
you
on.
on that, but those
Hold
are
on.
two
No,
different
no.
conversations.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the same.
No, the loyalty versus the snitching. I think those are two different conversations.
It's all street etiquette. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking
Yo,
about.
but you're losing loyalty because
Hold on,
they try to
let her-
kidnap
She
you.
wanted to say something first. Let her go.
That's part of the problem. Is everybody thinks
don't let
snitching
you
is a
talk.
negative thing.
It's not.
Hold on.
It's
How?
not.
Huh?
If
It's
you
not.
know that your boy just fucked his sister, just raped his sister, you gonna stick that to yourself because you gotta stick to the code?
You said rape the sister?
Whoa.
That's what kind of...
No.
Time out. Do you know the street code? Because that's not part of the street code.
No,
It's part of
no.
the street
we
code.
kill
We
those-
kill
we
them
kill
motherfuckers.
rapists. We talking about.
That's right.
Gotta die.
But you snitching on your boy.
Nah.
Nuh-uh.
Nope. Yes, you are.
We going
If
hunting.
you-
Time out.
if you run back-
We are talking about... You're just taking it like, oh, are you going to tell
But
her
you went
not?
to an extreme.
We're talking about the morals that are being implemented in this situation is the street morals, the street code, right? In the streets, everybody, you know someone touch a kid or did anything like that,
Yeah.
everybody go fucking beat them up or kill them.
Also, the snitching
But-
you're talking
so
about
you-
is the victim's snitching.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You protect the criminal. That, like,
So, like,
the-
No, I
we-
get what she's
we-
saying.
we-
She's saying like, plain and simple, you're gonna tell. That's like if our daughter got hurt
the-
and someone did it to her. Come tell me. I want to know.
Yeah, the criminals
That's
came up with
parent
that.
etiquette.
Yeah, but the criminals came up with that logic. Hey, you don't snitch on anybody. It protects the drug dealers and the gangbangers. The victims keep being victims because they can't say anything. I'm fine with a victim saying like, "Hey, yo, he shot my nephew or he shot my son." But if you're a criminal, live by your code that you wrote. Don't say shit.
I want to go back to what you was asking. Go ahead. So what about the snitching etiquette thing?
Yeah,
So
like
you guys don't think that's snitching?
What part?
It's true.
Well, I can't.
Right.
Oh, I thought you could read it. He said, shit, if they plan to kill his ass, you killing two birds with one stone. Get off with a slap on your wrist and have your enemies behind bars.
No. Like I said, I don't agree with the whole part of doing it through court. But at the same time, it's like, if you're talking loyalty, this all went downhill when he said he's no longer going to be an artist under them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the RICO case hit. I think it hit like 2 days later because they seen that they were saying whatever the fuck they were saying about violating him hard.
They
or
were
whatever.
stopping a murder happen, basically.
So they're jumping in front of a murder. But, yeah, I mean, I don't think snitching is the way to go when it comes to, like James said, you're doing dirt. If you're doing dirt, you got to live with it. At the same time, just remember, loyalty works two different ways. That's like the same conversation to me is, mentality-wise, is like people love their teams, right? People love their sports or whatever. So they have a loyalty to an organization.
Yeah.
But these organizations don't have no loyalty to these players. Like when these guys go down and get injured, they're like, ship them out.
yeah, replace them.
And they're like, oh, how you going to leave because there's a better opportunity somewhere? Because there's a better opportunity somewhere, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
What about CIs?
What about,
Criminal informants.
Yeah.
So the people who are
How do you
doing
guys
crimes
feel
and
about
are
that?
informants.
Like I feel like
work their way into to snitch?
so
Yeah.
no so
Like,
all right
They're
That's like
already,
how
no,
it
they're
goes.
already,
Listen,
they're
hold
already
on.
criminals. Then
yeah
I
they're
approach
criminals.
Uh-huh.
They get approached.
Yeah.
You know you can get off with time or I want to change my life or whatever it is.
That's what
Oh
he
no
was,
no!
though.
All right, so
But this is what I'm
I want to
saying.
explain a little bit more to about criminal
No, he
informants.
was a good kid apparently. Apparently he was like a nerdy, what do you call that? Catholic, not a Catholic school boy, but like one of those school kids like that, wore like the fucking uniforms and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's pictures of him before. Like yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, because the criminal informant thing, that's usually how they rope you. And I catch you doing dirt, and then I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah.
I'll cut you some slack, and you snitch for me. But there's a financial gain too. I think they get 10% of every bus that they lead to.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So these criminal informants
getting
be
paid.
making
They're making
money.
So then they're an undercover.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
absolutely.
So yeah, criminal informants is whack as shit because it's the same thing. You're out there doing the dirt, get caught up, and now you're trying to break down everybody else. Like you got to remember, and we talked about this before. A lot of the times when it comes to like the inner city and stuff, a lot of people's ways of making ends meet is by doing what they got to go and do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you out there and you was doing the same thing, and when you was making your money, you was looking at the next motherfucker to have your back, or if they got a job they're gonna go do, you hitting them up like, yo, let me get in there too. And now since shit hit the fan a little bit on your end, you want to bring down everybody else. No, nigga, you didn't play your shit right. So you need to go and do your time. This situation is different, where it's like, cause he decided to walk away, then these dudes wanted to do whatever. Which, you know, it's all like.
But doesn't that happen a lot?
What? When someone
Isn't
try to
that
walk
why
away?
it's so hard for people to get out?
What? That's when you initiated into a gang.
Yeah, but when you get out of the gang, they beat your ass when you went out. I don't.
No, I mean some
No.
gangs.
A lot of
Some
gangs
gangs
no,
will kill.
the only way
No.
out is through a cardboard.
No,
box.
a lot of the
blood out.
Brother.
That's it, you know?
look, a lot of the time, I think
Or at least the
and
fear of it.
I'm gonna be one of the, I might be on the minority in this group, but I think gangs aren't as bad as they try to say either.
No, there's a family. There's definitely a family.
Like
what do you call it? Family.
dynamic, like there's a family
Culture,
there.
like a family
yeah, there's a family
culture
culture there. I'm not saying go out there and join a gang. God damn it, don't be stupid. But yeah, but like there are gangs that like do a lot for their communities too.
Yeah.
Like there are gangs that donate to their schools and stuff. Like there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
a
I
reason
mean, you
why
gotta
some
remember-
schools are even open because gangs like that they don't talk about food drives. They do those all the time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, but
Well,
they
you
don't.
gotta
They never
remember
tell you that.
the Crips-
kind
the
of
Crips-
stuff.
The cops do that too.
The Crips and Bloods
Yeah,
started
but
by
they're a
that.
gang.
You know, the Crips and Bloods started like that. And one group that I always look for and I look towards as a strong monument for our people was the Black Panthers, who eventually.
Don't say that. I didn't want you to say Black Panthers and gang in the same
No,
conversation.
but that's how the government tried to put and portray them as a gang and a
know.
militia
And
and a terrorist group. But they don't
Yep.
want to list the KKK as a terrorist group who's been there longer. And
or a
like-
gang or a
and-
militia.
Yeah, and these
And they're
motorcycle
violent.
gangs who actively go out and target a specific type of people. When we're talking about gangs and shit, let's talk about it in the eyes of what the government want to put it as, and let's correct it every time. Every time we want to talk about it, because those people who were part of the Black Panthers did what? Educated, brought schools, put food on motherfucking tables. If you were struggling to pay your rent,
Bought
What?
books. So
struggling to pay
important.
your rent, they would do a
They did.
drive to get money together and help you
Like I
pay
said,
for
they
your
did
shit.
Food drives.
What
They
makes
giving
what
turkeys
makes a
out
gang
the-
a gang?
Google it. I think it's the
Yeah,
correlation.
that's a good question.
The accumulation of people that rep a certain color and block or what do you call it? Territory.
An organized group of criminals.
Black Panther
That's
was.
not always true.
But
You
the
could
Black
be
Panther
a
weren't
gang.
criminals.
Police are a gang.
The Black
Here
Panther.
we go with the criminal shit.
The police are gang. Don't they
It's
get
so
Hold on,
convenient.
hold on. She's right. Something else that's violent. What?
No, no, I just didn't know that it specifically said of criminals.
I'm not, but that just shows what I wanted. Like the definition that the government puts to a word usually fails the people who it like targets.
criminals.
Fails meaning what?
Like everyone knows the Black Panther weren't gangs.
Ooh, I
The Black
Not-
Panther,
not everybody. There's people who
no,
really
but
gonna
but that's
believe it and they will
because
argue.
but that's
I have a
because the
federal
definition. That's because the
Federal. Go ahead.
Federal.
yeah. Give me that one.
The federal definition is an association of 3 or more individuals
Mhm.
whose members collectively identify themselves by adopting a group identity,
Okay.
which they use to create an atmosphere of fear or intimidation, frequently by employing one or more of the following: common name, slogan, identifying sign, symbol, tattoo, or other physical
Damn, that
marking.
sounds like the KKK, the police,
Yep.
and the
Style of color of clothing,
motorcycle gangs.
Oh,
hairstyle, hand sign, or graffiti.
I was gonna say a certain
Jesus.
motorcycle gang, but I
So
didn't want them to come
easy.
get me.
So the Black
But it
Panther.
keeps
Does it
going.
say badge?
So it says whose purpose in part is to engage in criminal activity which uses violence or intimidation to further its criminal objectives.
But you see that? But you see what I'm saying? The definition. I can do that right now with the Black Panthers because it's so broad.
What? The definition? Oh, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
What I'm
It
saying.
fails.
But they get to pick and choose when to apply it.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
And that's why I say the issue is not the law; it's who's implementing it, which is man. They get to pick and choose when to implement.
Who's a
Right.
gang?
Like, listen, everybody has friendships and stuff that they create little sets or whatever, crews, cliques, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. People do it, whatever. But to start labeling gang and all that other shit, then you start to put it where the law can get involved, right?
Easily.
So, back to the whole. I got nothing.
Where did it just go?
I don't know. Brain fart. Okay, here we go.
We
To the
talk
que-
about the negative stigmas of gangs. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's
so
what
the
we
negative
talked about.
stigma of gangs is a nowadays thing. Like for me, like, and it's always kind of confused me. For me, like a gangster or whatever was an older person or a person who went and did their thing to make ends meet and help with whatever, right? It was never like the whole pumping these like this gang motive or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, all these people say like
They don't even have their own brains now.
when they
Like-
talk about like old heads, I'm like, no, that's still a young dude, bro. What the fuck you talking about old heads? Like this dude don't even know how to wipe his own ass. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And you're looking at him to lead you to whatever. No, you gotta think like some of these old heads is like in their like late 20s. I'm like, so what? The other gang members are 12.
And
What are you
how
doing?
about these like gangsters now? And like I have to bring it up because this is like part of the reason why gangs I think have such a bad stigma. And they, I mean, yes, they're murderers and stuff. A lot of them, but not all of them.
Mhm.
But you see these things on like social media now, and they're like, "I'm ripping my set. I just killed this dude." And it's like you talk about your gang on Facebook Live
Mhm.
as you just murdered somebody with the gun in your hand, like because what someone said it was cool. Now you're gonna go to jail for life.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Like-
It comes down, like you
but-
said, the mentality. Like you have to be above that. You know what I mean? Like you can't just buy into something. Like we always talk about it. The question or asking why or whatever. That shit, it will stop you from doing a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
It'll save you from buying into a lot of dumb shit. If you just ask a motherfucker why one time, you might stump him. He might not be able to answer. Just say why. Like, why are we doing this?
That's
Boom.
true.
No, you know what I mean?
But now that
There's
word is such
question.
it's such a forbidden word.
Well,
What's the structure of U.S. gang?
so in the structure of U.S. gangs, most of the time you have I hate to say it, like a top dog, but you
Shot
got
caller.
you got the shot caller, and then he has his couple of guys who you would say are his like right
Lieutenants.
hand mans or lieutenants that he goes to, and they each have their own little grunts or
Soldiers.
foot soldiers that will run around and do the dirty work. Most of the time, you won't see the lieutenants and the shot caller out and about with the actual drugs or doing the shootings and things like that. Sometimes you might see the lieutenants if it was like something that needed to get handled properly, like the whatever way. Now, I'm not speaking on an expert of gangs and all that shit, but it's just some of the stuff that what I grew up around, so I could talk on.
I watch Law and
conversations
Order,
that
so
I've
I'm
had-
kind of an expert.
Fucking Law and Order. The kind of conversations that I've had with friends of mine and people that I've known that have been around that a little more. I mean, like I said, we kind of all grew up around it. You know what I mean? Got
Yeah.
good friends that have been part of gangs and stuff.
We
and
learned
whatnot.
through osmosis.
And it's like the thing is like, what I find
He said, "Oh, so it's the same over here in London."
in London. Okay. Shout out to London. How y'all doing over there? So yeah, the whole thing about the whole gang mentality though, it just it got away from where it could have been something great and empowering people, and I mean like people in the communities that they're in. Like if these gangs came together like they do at the barbecues, bro, at the family barbecue or whatever, motherfuckers just have a good time, bro. It don't matter what color or what set you're repping. You just go have a good time. You eat. You spend time with friends and family. And I don't get when it comes down to like two people that grew up together.
Have to hate
That
each other.
known
now?
each other since they were kids, go and get caught up on some shit and have to.
Kill
have
each
to
other
kill
because
each
one
other
read
off.
red and the other one wore
Yeah.
blue. Makes no sense.
But you live next door. Your families
mothers
know each
know
other.
we're talking about grandma's funeral.
Yeah, it's just that's the stuff that where it loses me, and it just doesn't appeal to me, and it never did. And don't get me wrong, I understand some people kind of got caught up in it because some of the older heads around them were part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some people are born into a gang.
So I get it, but it's just one of those things that just kind of it just kind of like always baffles me, and it hits me in
I just, in all
a tough
honesty,
way.
would rather people like actually look up some of the positives of gangs and not just the negatives.
yeah, man. There's
because
some positives out there for sure.
like everything else, like if you go to if you go
Hold
off
on,
of
hold
someone
on.
else's
All right, hold on, because I think it's the first time I ever heard anybody from London or whatever actually here commenting and talking or whatever. So we're gonna do a shot out for London. It's a little bit of Jack Honey. Know what I'm saying? So cheers to viewers and everybody whoever's watching or gets a chance to watch later. Cheers to you.
Especially you in London.
We appreciate you all for coming in. Cheers to the Wadcast.
Cheers.
Yeah, but to finish my thought, I just want people to do their own research and come to their own conclusion if they think it's bad or not, because
Can't.
a lot of the times you think
Okay.
something is wrong because someone else told you.
I get it.
We'll play later, Mama. We gotta finish this. All right. So then, what is it?
I was just telling people to like come up to their own conclusions on stuff like that because a lot of the times we think things are bad because someone told us they are.
True.
A lot of the things I learned, I learned
After 20?
after school.
Yeah, no, seriously, man.
For real,
But
like
I feel like a lot of the stuff we learn, like you said, after school, but you gotta learn it firsthand. And
Yeah, in the street.
as scary and as
or
tough as it
through
is, you gotta
experience.
learn it firsthand.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to go through shit, man.
And I think the biggest thing Derek said, like, and I hope you walk away from the podcast with it today, is ask why. It's so fucking important. It's so important. Like,
Why?
Why is it important? Because you have to come up with your own thoughts.
because
and stuff.
it's a magical word that opens doors, bro.
True story. True story. Oh, liver shot. Oh, shit. Sorry. Okay, so let's go on a little bit of a lighter note. I have a fun question to ask you guys, and I can't wait to see or hear your responses. A friend of mine, or a coworker of mine at work, was like, "Do you, or if you found out that your father was cheating on your mother, and you seen him with the girl in the car, the woman in the car, would you tell your mom,
Oh.
or how would you move? Would you confront him on the spot with the lady there?
Hell yeah, we're all adults. It's time for her to live her life. Fuck shit.
Who? What?
I'm telling Ma, yeah, I'm letting Ma know.
I'm telling you.
We're all adults. It's time for her to live her life. He's living up.
I'm gonna knock on the window.
He's living it up. A lot of the
We're
times,
gonna roll down the window.
a lot of the times,
You know I'm telling, right? You know how you would do it.
they
You know I'm telling, right?
they stay together for the they stay together for the kids. We ain't kids.
That's a
Okay.
good one.
What's
I
she-
don't know, man.
What's she keeping the family?
I don't know, because I
together
want.
for?
So you would tell. You would tell mom.
Would you want your kids to tell on you?
He said he'd tell.
He said he'd tell.
All right. So then let's flip it. If you see your mom with a man, in the
Fucking
car,
him up.
I'm fucking the dude up, and then I'm
And
like
then I'm
that.
pissing
though.
on him.
And- wait, no, I gotta move different. I gotta follow him home.
Now. She said now.
Wait, time out. I got the answer. Listen, I'm gonna follow him home. Then I'm gonna tell Dad and be like, and I know where he lives.
I did not think. I thought you guys were gonna say nah, I ain't snitching on Dad, and yes, I'm snitching on.
No, listen.
I
Both
don't know.
of them.
I don't know. I know for mom, definitely.
I didn't think they were gonna
Nope.
say they snitch on Dad.
I didn't either.
I thought they was gonna be like, nah, my business.
I wouldn't. I'm
He
sorry.
I don't
He
think
could
I-
beat my
I
ass.
don't know. I honestly don't. I just don't know.
I
So
wish
that
you
one I
would
don't know.
try.
I feel like for me, for
I
the
ain't
dad-
devastated.
when it comes
I'd
to
be
the,
devastated.
I don't know
either
what
way.
this means.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when it comes to the dad one,
Oh.
I don't think I would. I would have the conversation with him in front of the female, like, yo, you gotta move better. You can't be doing this shit. You can't be out here sloppy as shit. Because guess what? I'm not gonna lie. I feel like mom would be a lot more
Double
hurt than dad.
standards.
I'm protecting my mom's feelings. Where it's like I
I don't know.
give a fuck-
Derek is right.
in-
Mom might fall out.
In a
Shit.
part, I don't give a fuck about my dad's feelings if my mom was doing it, cause I try and handle it.
Shit.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, dad,
Okay.
yo, she moving like this and letting motherfucker up in it.
Like
We
that.
got a problem. Let's go kill this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But
So you followed him home too?
no, I'm fighting the dude
No,
there.
but no, you gotta
and
wait.
Then I'm gonna
You
tell
gotta-
dad.
you gotta-
and then- no.
You gotta
Let me-
follow the guy
no,
home.
No. I'm beating.
Mom's gonna tell him. What the fuck you mean? He gotta follow
How?
him
No,
home?
you don't let them know you saw. You follow the dude
What the
home.
fuck you talking-
You gonna beat his ass and then what?
Yes,
Now what?
yes.
The cops get called.
I'm beating his ass. Hope he got
No.
kids and beat their
So
ass.
only
I'm
one
beating his
ass
ass
whooping.
again.
He
You
got-
following him home? That's stalking.
Yeah, you
That's what-
absolutely
listen,
right.
All right, can
And
I
me and
can
Dad
I,
are who riding. What's
Let
up?
Derek moderate.
Let me give. No. I don't want to moderate. Let's give my take. It's my right. It was me to say my part.
Oh, damn. Go ahead, Derek.
So I would same thing like that. Like I move in like, yo, you gotta move better, bro. You can't be doing this shit, right? And then I act like, oh, I know what happened. I know the deal. Don't try and run no shit on me. I already know. Then I wouldn't say that to mom, but on Ma's end, if she messing with a guy and stuff, I'm gonna have to try and fight him. Hopefully, I beat him. I'm gonna do my best.
Nah, you got this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some sort of like crazy rage and shit. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be like awkwardly strong because I'm so angry, and then I'm gonna beat him up as best I can, and then I'm gonna go tell Dad. I'm gonna be like, listen, man, I seen her in the car with a guy, and they was in the car. They weren't just sitting in the car. They were in the car. And he gonna be like, what do you mean? And I'm like, wait till she get here. We just both gonna be waiting like this when she walk in, and then I'm be like, you want to tell him or you want me to tell him? But he already know, and she gonna
She
try.
don't know he knows.
You know that thing she do? She be, Jamesy. The boys did. They won't go and get that. She started doing that shit. I'm like, I told you. She's gonna do that shit. Dad, they was in the car, and then he gonna be like, what he say? Like that. And then we gonna be like, let's go get him. So then we all gonna put our shoes on. This motherfucker gotta get jumped by 6 dudes. 6 of us, we gonna fuck him up.
Fuck it, C-Stick might jump in too.
No,
I know. He
she's
probably would.
showing up.
7, you about to get 7.
7.
Is it worth the 7 ass whoopings you about to get? Is it really? I want a tight zoom in, but you lucky motherfucker.
Yeah.
You better not be somebody.
You better
you
not
better-
be
And
somebody.
if he said no, he would have got fucked up. You say my mom ain't good enough?
No, oh,
Word.
man. No. Oh, God.
It was a.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell my.
He said he's armbarring the dude and then telling.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
He's going to like wreck shit. I'm gonna make sure you remember me, motherfucker. I'm gonna pop your shit out of place.
Shit.
Oh man, yeah. So that was a fun question that a guy at work asked me, and he said, because he grew up, he didn't have his dad around, but he's like he didn't know. So when I told him, and I was honest, I was like, I know it's a shitty thing to say. I wouldn't tell my mom, but I'd try and correct my dad to move better. Not even tell him to stop, which is fucked up, and I know it is, but it's also something that I know I've been conditioned in a way from whatever.
Side with the man.
It's just not. It's just my truth. It's just my truth.
It's
You know, and I couldn't tell you exactly where or why it's like that, but it is like that for me.
When I say the man, I meant that.
No, it's-
Side with
but-
that.
No, because like
I
you
think
guys
it's like
know-
that for a lot of guys though.
You guys know how me and Dad's relationship was over time. You know what I mean? We had that rocky past, and things got however they got, and over time, me and him kind of built whatever rapport we have now.
Same.
Yeah, I think that's
Right,
for
man,
all.
he
I
had
think
that,
that's for
I'm
all
gonna
of
make
us.
a man out of you mentality.
I think that's for all of us.
Strong
Though.
with you.
So
Strong
it
with
was
you.
kind of one of those things where I was just like, I don't know. I could like, maybe it's because I could see it like if it was me kind of deal. I don't know.
That's what I said. The only
Wait,
reason
if
I want to
if it was you, you'd want your son to be like,
What about-
Dad, you gotta move differently.
What
Of course,
about-
yes you would. Yes you
Nah,
would.
nah.
I
What
would
about
too.
if you saw one
I-
of your brothers cheating?
What the fuck?
Okay.
No.
Or what if you saw their girl?
Huh? I'm fighting them.
Nigga.
Whoop their ass. Whoop both of them.
Oh.
Whoop both of their ass. Her and him. Fuck them up. Fuck them up.
Yeah, nah, man. Like if it's their girlfriend,
Push your ass in
I
front
don't
of a
know.
car.
I think in all honesty, I think I'd approach it on the spot so she knows she's caught, and then I'd call him out on it. Like, you knew she got a man? Because most of the time, if you catch them like that, the motherfucker get too nervous and don't know how to lie. You gotta be caught up. Oh shit, yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, so you knew. And then we gonna fight. But
Did you see the brick of shit fall out that dude's pants in that story? He's like, yeah.
if he said no and in real, I'm gonna be like, that's fucked up on your part, because it's easy to be like, yo, I'm gonna hold both of you accountable. But if he really don't know, she's just a random girl. to
But
him.
would you get proof?
What? Oh, eventually it's all gonna come out because it's caught. Like, no, I seen you, motherfucker. We gonna talk about this. It's happening. Now, if it come out that that he knew and he said no to me somehow, because most of the time in those situations you be nervous as fuck because you know you're sneaking, you creeping.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what,
if you
man?
get caught, you gonna be like, yeah, man, fuck, yeah, you right.
Alright, so
Yeah.
You're right. You're
So
right.
here's my
But listen,
question.
if you
What he said, I like how he
Say
said
it,
the brick
say
of
it.
shit.
yeah,
Say it.
if I caught my chick right
Yeah.
cheating on.
Wow, whoa,
If
whoa.
I caught my chick cheating on me, right,
Smack.
I'm gonna be so mad. Even if he doesn't know she's in a relationship with me, I gotta hit something.
That's your part.
I gotta hit
That's-
something.
That's you have to figure out what's your move.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's the thing: is she worth whatever might come after?
Listen,
At that point,
He
is
might
she
be
worth
he
jail?
might be
Hold
into
that,
Takashi
hold that.
Snooze 9.
I don't care. Like I
you
said,
react before you realize it.
No,
listen,
100%.
I gotta hit something
Trust me,
in
I'm
her
like the
face.
I'm like the fucking spokesperson for that shit.
Yes.
Like, think before you try and react. Cause like I used to be fucking bad, like so hot headed with that shit. I try to get better. I even one time almost tried to fight someone who I hold real close to me, cause of the moment. It wasn't even like, you know what I mean. If we took that second, shit would have been, iced over quick. But I was like, nah, fuck that, ain't no bitch, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? And this motherfucker is someone super fucking close to me. So it's one of those things. Just take the second.
It's Jeffrey, isn't it?
Fuck that, you ain't no bitch.
I ain't no bitch. I'm not no bitch, bro.
What was your question, Corey?
Yeah, I want to hear it because you said.
Wait,
no, that
am I
means
the
you
moderator?
worried. Nah,
Why not?
Alright,
you're the
so-
producer, bro. Clearly, you behind.
So
the
I
camera
should
and
be.
shit.
I tell you when.
Nah,
Yo,
you
yo,
single
first
as
off,
shit.
you're a female. You don't tell us nothing.
Your
You
question?
just do what you're told.
What's
You
your
just be
question?
it.
What's
Hurry
your
up.
question?
Hurry up!
All right.
I want some Chick-fil-A.
So my question was.
Look, he's asking us
all
a
right.
question because I
Shut
said
the
it.
fuck up.
Wow.
Damn.
Go.
All right.
I hope
So-
it's a spicy
So,
one.
what if you saw your brother's girlfriend
Uh-huh.
with who you thought was her boyfriend, and you fucked him up, and you realized
Her
that
brother.
it was her mentally challenged twin?
Whoa. Whoa.
You saw what?
Like
What the
Okay, hold on. You're asking me.
You already beat him up now. You already beat him up.
Oh, see, it wouldn't have got there.
Nah, you already beat him up.
I know how to see someone who, if they have mental issues. Most of the time,
It was
I know.
dark.
Oh,
I know how to pick up on it, even if they don't
All right,
talk.
I'm gonna throw y'all all for a
There's
loop.
a look, bro.
There's a look.
I'm gonna throw y'all
I
all for a
almost
loop.
beat an 8-year-old
Now,
today.
what if you saw your brother's boyfriend cheating on him?
Brother, boyfriend?
Yeah. Now what?
Brother's
I might have to fuck him
boyfriend.
in his
Now,
ass.
now what? Now what do you do, huh?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He
Sorry.
just told y'all what he was going to
Bad
do.
joke, bad joke.
He said Mike. He didn't. That wasn't a definite.
But you got a sister?
That was an English speaking.
I'm gonna have to leave it at that,
But
bro.
wait, so
I
do
got
you-
to. I can't beat him up because they try to claim hate
Yeah.
crime.
Do you?
So hold on. I gotta bring it.
Wait, do you find a
I'm gonna
girl?
grab him by his shirt. I'm gonna be like, yo, Marcus, come get your boy. Come get your man. Come get your man, bro. This motherfucker ain't acting right.
Everyone was thinking.
Yo, Marcus? Yo, get this nigga,
It
bro.
was like,
Yo, this
what
take a
you about
while,
to
dog.
say?
Yo, Mark. I'll be like this.
This is the phone call. Here we go. Here.
This nigga out here wilding,
Oh,
Marcus.
here it goes. Here it goes.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you sitting down? All right.
Marcus, he
Mark,
caught me.
Marcus, Marcus, your man out here acting up. You gotta come get him. He acting wild in the streets. You can't be like this. Yeah, man, I know. But y'all, I know we associate with you, and they gonna associate this shit with us. We gotta handle this. All right, bye. Yeah, no, we standing outside. I ain't leaving. I got him by his shirt. Yeah. You want me to keep the other guy too? All right, bye. He gonna be his best friend. I'm fuck.
Ooh.
So that took a turn.
Yeah.
That took a turn.
I'm glad.
We all were thinking it. So Marcus, if you're watching, you good to come out, bro.
Yo, you know,
You good?
1 out of 5.
We love you.
Damn. That's statistic.
They say that, right?
Yeah, no, 1 out of
1 out
5.
of 5.
And
1 out of
this
5. We do this. We all like,
He just looked down the line.
hey man.
Everyone at the same time.
You know what's fucked up?
We all just look.
With these two, never had a doubt. So
The other two,
Why
maybe.
is that fucked up?
I'm just saying. I
Ooh,
just kind
shit.
of narrows my numbers
Oh,
down. Just
shit.
letting y'all know.
Where's my? I'm tagging him in.
I didn't say
No,
that. I didn't say that.
Come on, come on.
Listen, he was like, it's a 50-50 chance.
Montel's not here,
up in the
so
air, yeah.
I didn't say
Oh, no,
anything.
after that
Just
time he was
saying.
in the grass and he was like,
I remember when I used to hump shit in my sleep though. That's weird. I remember we were on vacation. Why you humping shit? I'm
Why is he acting like
What
it's a
you
past
talking
tense?
about?
Brianna, you
I
tell
was
me.
thinking today you fell asleep with bread in your hands.
I didn't know
bro.
With
know
bread?
he used to do it.
That's
I thought
it?
he still did it.
Nigga, you fell asleep
I
with
do?
bread. I
Huh?
like,
Ah,
got
fuck
bread
it,
for
fuck it.
days.
That's a kid.
He said I fell asleep with bread in my hand. I'm like, you lucky it wasn't an actual full sandwich.
Oh, my cock.
Nah. Why have a female in my life at all?
I think he was single at the time.
Oh, then you might be right. Shit.
I know.
Listen, yo, man,
I
people
know.
got needs, bro.
I know. There's 2 slices of bread, and I was like, this nigga got bread for days. Dog.
2 slices of bread. Where the fuck were we?
Spencer.
Oh
He was
shit.
living on Spencer.
Was it just normal
Bread?
bread?
He stopped the
normal.
fight,
Why are you wasting bread?
and he fell asleep.
It wasn't
I
intentional.
forgot- Time out. How many times I wake up and I eat what I got by the bed? So I probably didn't waste it. I probably ate it.
I don't know.
It was in my. It didn't fall.
Nah, surprisingly.
Oh, I ate that shit.
He
And it was like between
I
your
hate that
fingers.
What the fuck? Okay.
Derek used to have full conversations. That was my favorite shit.
Hell yeah.
man.
still.
Hell yeah.
What's this bottom one?
All right. So the meme that I read was,
I'm raising my hand.
women don't love black men unless they have money.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Something like
I
that.
didn't. Yeah, okay. So you mean what kind of women? All women? Or black
It's
women?
not. It's nah. But it didn't say black women. It just said women don't love black men.
Mm.
Or black men aren't loved unless they have money.
Okay. Do you
Kind of side with it, but at the same time, I can make an argument for all men, not just black.
do you
men.
feel personally you ever were loved by someone you had a relationship with?
Oh, of course. And I was broke.
So you yourself are what breaks that statement.
Unless
no,
he
I
doesn't
know.
identify as black or a man.
No,
Oh, I don't want to assume anything.
you don't believe in transracial.
That's right. So
What?
I'm asking you.
no,
a
I don't.
question.
I don't believe in transracialism. Racism.
What?
Like-
Racialism?
Transracism?
Yeah. Like if
So
I
you
don't
don't
believe if you're born
identify-
black, you feel white.
Like,
That's not a thing.
Identify as black or identify as white. First of all,
no,
not a
you
thing.
might.
yo, what
You-
you're treated as,
No,
you're gonna be.
You act the
not a
way
thing.
of your
Environment.
upbringing or environment.
Thank
That's
you.
what it is.
As in race, I mean.
That's
That's what.
Exactly.
in general. But you're Puerto Rican too, so like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna fight you.
And I'm like 1% African.
Listen,
Go fix it.
race doesn't dictate behavior.
Back up,
Like
back up.
like there's nothing that correlates with my skin besides how the world treats me. Like my behavior doesn't like correlate like because I'm black.
Yeah.
It's just the way I move around to other people.
Huh?
What's the code?
Is it her birthday?
Yeah. 11:03.
Did you really just do that
Like,
Yeah.
on air?
Nobody knows.
Okay. You know you can do patchwork and figure shit out, right?
What are they gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Okay.
A
I
lot.
said, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
A
Okay.
lot.
You know her birthday, right? James didn't know.
Oh.
James probably still doesn't.
it's
I
in,
know.
fe- it-
Nah,
it's in
fine.
February.
I know.
April?
That's
Everybody in my life's birthday.
It's a
pretty much.
February.
Wait a minute, which one?
You
Which
about to fight for that?
It's probably in her eye. Anyways, so go ahead with your thing.
Oh, yeah, that's what it says. So, it said black men aren't
Black
loved
men aren't loved unless they have money.
But originally, I argued it and I said,
Oh,
okay.
that's fucking deep. What are you talking about? Ugh.
Originally, I argued it and I was like, I can see the argument, and I was like, no, I can see the argument for all men. It's just that a black man had to write it.
But that's not true.
No,
all the
I
time.
just don't like shit like that. It perpetuates like
But
black doubt. You know what I mean?
That's why.
Right,
That's
right.
why I said
But
I can
it's
see the argument for
false.
all men.
No,
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
you
false
you
overall.
know that because you love a black man.
I got money though.
But imagine a black no wait, but no time out. But Brianna,
But he does have money though.
Time out.
Go ahead.
I've had money since you met me.
If he didn't have
Think about it,
money,
I've been
and
working
he
the
was
whole
a
time.
broke motherfucker.
If I was broke, like didn't have a job or nothing, cool. You stayed around me while I didn't have one. But I was working throughout college and everything.
So
And
you
then
can't
then
prove that.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
time out.
No,
I didn't have as much money, but I had some.
Nah, I mean, she can't prove you had money. You had money. There was money. She can't prove it.
Okay, so if somebody buys you a fucking
That's a
gallon of
lot
milk,
Yes, Brianna. Whatever your question.
That's a lot of what?
he said, "Bruh, it's all men. My uncle gets fucked over by his
See?
baby mama.
Mhm.
She's all good when he's pull up in a good leased car, but
Yeah.
when he returns it, she kicks him out the yard
Mm.
and gets tight with child visitations. Big man thing. Some women can move nasty.
no,
I get it,
I
but-
agree with what he's saying.
In that situation, though, at some point, love was lost, right? That means that because you said baby mama. Most of the time, not always. Most of the time, if you have a child with somebody, there was some sort of a chemistry of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
That might not have been love, but at that point, when you were first like rocking with each other, there was something there.
Yeah.
Or it was winter.
Or winter, yeah, it's true. Cold winters, man, them shits be long as hell. So with that being like that, let's say like that's where we're going from, right? There was something there. Like I don't know if they were like dating together like for a long time, but he's still dealing with her now,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounded like he still lived with her because he said she kicks him out
Mm-hmm.
when he don't got whatever. So there was love there at one point, or something there at least, where they ended up living together and all that
Connection.
stuff too,
Some
or
kind
some
of
sort of connection. Now, my problem with that general statement of that, men aren't loved if they don't have money. I think in today's society, and we have to blame a lot on the artists and the guys who push that cultural narrative.
It's their image, right?
Because what was the biggest hit song of last summer?
You got money.
No.
Well, last time I think it's a decade. Sorry.
you asking the wrong person,
The
Jack.
last hit was that song by Chris Brown and Tyga and Lil Wayne.
Hoes ain't loyal.
Hoes ain't loyal. And that made it okay for females to just go out and do whatever, right? And now, this year, what arguably is probably
Hot Girl
the
Summer.
theme, Hot Girl Summer, comes up off that shit. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where
But are the hoes loyal?
I don't know any of these shits.
Are the hoes loyal?
I know.
But
I
wait,
know.
it's a hoe. It's
it-
not,
I know
but-
one song.
If you're saying a hoe, you're already stating it's not.
Can she be
But
loyal? Can she be loyal to the whole life?
Not who her? I mean, yeah, just like a motherfucker say he ain't.
But
loyal
is
to-
Hot Girl Summer basically saying hoes can party too?
No, Hot Girl Summer is they just do whatever they want.
Y'all
to
been
do.
partying,
Y'all.
pregnant.
You better watch your goddamn mouth.
Y'all don't know any Christian songs?
They be partying.
I know y'all
pregnant.
didn't get them hymns, bitch.
Hot Girl Summer is a Christian song.
And
Lizzo be having them Christian songs. She be twerking with
wait,
the flute.
but is Lizzo a hoe or a hot girl kind of girl?
No.
I thought she just kind of
Is she
vibed
for
to her
the
own.
hot girl
She
shit?
I thought she
No.
vibed to
No.
her own too.
She does.
Her own
She,
too.
I just heard Lizzo for the first time like last
yeah,
week,
yeah,
so
Amazing.
I
Amazing.
I'm not gonna give my
So
opinion.
I feel like
do it off air.
She has too much of a following, and I just know.
a lot of the times I just and I
So-
hate this fucking part of like relationships, but when shit starts to go to the left or it seems like it's getting to the end, it's when you have negative stuff to say about each other.
Yep.
You were vibing and rocking with each other for however long you did, and you were happy with each other while you were there. You should both look at those times and be like, look, we had a good run, and walk away. I mean, if this cheating and shit like that, all right, cool. Just don't fuck with each other no more. But don't throw dirt on the other one's name when you was rocking with this
Yeah.
person for so long, because you chose out of all the motherfuckers in your life, you chose that one.
Yeah.
How about you don't let it get to the point
But-
of cheating? The moment you think about cheating, that's kind of when you should end it. Like legit, you're already not happy.
Yeah,
If
but
you're,
No. Sometimes that
It's-
shit do come up.
I was gonna say.
that's
I
a,
was
that's
gonna
what,
say,
that's for guys.
I was gonna say you don't
Bullshit.
plan.
No,
You don't always
When-
plan on cheating.
listen, I will tell you my theory about cheating right now.
Hold on. Let's be honest. There's times if like you say you go out with a homegirl and they at Hooters and a motherfucker hit on her and like, hey, let's go wherever.
Look,
I
like-
say Hooters because that's the
and-
spot. But they got $3 shots again. We gotta
I've
go.
never
Okay,
never
cool.
been
Yeah,
convinced
definitely.
otherwise.
Go ahead,
The
tell me.
majority,
I want to hear.
Go
it.
for
so
the next pay-per-view.
the majority of women cheat because
Sunday's
she's
big.
not
Tomorrow's
getting
big.
something
Patriots playing,
from
the
her
Jets, which
man.
is a small game, but
Yeah.
A man
Ravens-
cheats off of
Ravens
opportunity.
versus the Chiefs, bro.
Because
Jackson
a woman was
said
attractive,
that.
she was giving it
So-
up a lot of the
so-
time. That's
So
how
when
I-
a female cheats,
it's emotional.
she's looking for something.
Something that man's
When
not
a
giving her.
man cheats, it's
It's
just
opportunity or sex.
That's
She
not
just
true.
she can't just be drunk.
That's not true.
I, like,
I agree. I agree with the part. Like we know women love emotionally.
Physical. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like first, men off physical first, then it can become love.
Yeah.
Build off love. But the initial thing is somewhat
Sex.
emotional for women.
That-
Now, when it comes to cheating, you want to tell me at all points that she's out there doing whatever on a random day, and a dude hit her up like, oh, he's there. You're like, oh, find you attractive and trying to fuck, and she's like, all right. You think there's that she already is like emotionally attached to this man?
but even there, he already gave her attention. He validated her. I find you attractive.
And women do that to men too.
Yo, you know James. You know
Women
what?
say,
Yo-
"Damn, you look good. Let's fuck."
For
It
the
happens.
long-
But
Yeah.
you heard
Yeah.
let's fuck.
Yo,
But
but
hold
she
on.
heard I find
Until
you
I-
No, 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 no.
That-
Listen,
No,
hold
some
on.
women- some women just heard let's
Hold
fuck.
on, hold
Like,
on.
hold on. Steph Curry's wife said she doesn't want to fuck them. It feels good to get them saying, giving her attention, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
In my head, I was like, you sound like you just want to get fucked.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Because
too.
the way you saying it sounds like, oh, it's not that. It just feels good to know someone wants me. Someone real close to us.
I believe it.
Someone real close to us, I say, doesn't want to have sex with people. She just wants to know people want to fuck her, and I mean that. There's no what do you say? The emotional connection. She just want to know I'm wanted. Someone wants me physically.
But that's what I was saying. She's looking for something her
Physically.
partner isn't giving her.
Not always. It could just be she wants some other dick. Like it happens. Just like a dude might want some other pussy. It happens sometimes.
I don't.
I don't think you should move on that feeling because in the long run, you fuck yourself over. You do.
Like
Like
I,
it happened
but like I
on
said,
all
I think the majority of women. That's what I said. The majority of women. And
We gotta
and
get
I'm
a
talking
panel
about
of women
large
on here
numbers.
with him.
I'm
and
saying
just throw
90.
that question out there and say,
Yeah.
get him. That's all we got.
All right,
Get
but
it.
I'm saying like most women aren't gonna risk a good relationship if the man is giving her exactly what she wants in a
And-
relationship.
And needs.
I don't know, James.
I want and needs.
Yeah, okay, yes, because most of the time you hear he wasn't there to
Talk,
fight.
talk. What you say, nigga? Talk. I couldn't even hear you.
What?
What were you saying?
I'm
Most
pretty
of
sure.
the times when a girl cheats, she always says he wasn't there to satisfy my needs.
You weren't home.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Brianna.
was an
I was
emotional-
working.
Brianna, you're a woman.
Uh-huh.
How much do you think I'm wrong? Like on a percentage?
I'm only gonna say.
I
four-
think so.
I think it's close, man. 45. 50, 45.
I would say like
50% wrong, 50%.
no, because
Half.
because I know a lot of females
Mhm.
who have stepped out
And just
on their
fuck.
partner
Uh-huh.
and just fucked and was like, why the fuck did I do that? Oh shit! All right.
Yep.
There have been other people
Mm.
who have like been texting back and forth, and that's where I think the emotional piece comes in. I think that's
Yep.
where it's like, you
Yeah,
know,
I was just stating that they just off rip was like, let's fuck on the first time we met. Bam. That's
Yeah.
no emotional connection.
no, there has
That
been
happens.
a.
Oh,
I think it's more. Derek Charles, you better get it.
It's just a
this
beetle.
bitch really set up
Where is it?
on the thing.
It's just a
On the
beetle.
light.
He don't.
Here,
Even,
kill it.
he doesn't
It's
even.
over your head.
He doesn't even care about you. I'll get rid of him in a minute.
It's above your head.
Do it.
I'm comfortable.
Oh.
Yo, seriously, for that motherfucker come hit one of us in the face.
All right.
Where is it?
Just open the
Tell me
window.
about
Where is that?
You open the window. I'll get.
It's already open, Jaime.
It's not.
Hi, Mick.
You just gotta open the screen.
It's a stink bug, bro. It's gonna like fucking.
It's gonna
It's a
stink.
stink bug. Just kill them.
James. you're
Oh
on the
damn,
camera.
yo, how you like that
You're on
crotch?
the camera.
How you like that
That was
crotch?
his stomach. And then he moves it.
Fucking James.
Open the window.
You open
Brianna!
What?
Open the
Open the fucking
screen.
window. Stop being like.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's in your ear.
It's not. It was probably the thing from the headphone. I thought so too at first. I was like, don't say nothing, Corey.
James, he's spraying in your hand.
All right, I want your shirt.
Do they spray at you?
No, they don't.
And can you fix that? Because he moved it.
Now this.
No, I think it's fine.
No, you gotta
Nah,
go
he moved
towards
that
him.
You gotta pull it back more.
Yeah,
Can I get my slipper
pick it up
back?
and just stand it up.
Can I get my slipper back? Okay.
Pick it up and slide back. We don't slide, but
You're gonna have to move the blue, bro. Clearly.
Oh my.
I only moved it
I
forward
don't know
like
what she's
an
trying
inch.
to do, bro.
Shut up. It's fine.
no, you gotta go towards.
Nah, look at that. You got twitch.
You gotta go to him. A little
There
more.
we
A
go.
little more.
Yup. No, that was good. She was good. Right there.
Like
Boom.
there. Yeah.
Can I get my slipper too?
No.
Alright. I'm gonna have one cold foot. I'm just gonna rotate between the two. I'll alternate.
Right, but
You
what's
don't-
the majority,
You're not
Brianna?
on the other side.
The majority?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know in the first place. Like,
I think the majority is that if you're not giving her attention, then she's gonna seek it somewhere else. For a lot of women.
Well, why is that okay?
well, you didn't say it was okay.
Oh,
I just said
okay.
it was different.
I didn't say it was okay.
I just said
But
the,
why is-
I
why
just said
is
the
it-
motives are different.
Why
Not
is it
okay.
socially appropriate for a guy?
Appropriate.
Like, yeah, like
Accepted?
accepted, socially accepted.
Accepted. Because appropriate means that
No,
it's a.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So socially
Like,
accepted
watch what you say.
that if a guy steps out on his girl, okay,
You
you know,
just getting pussy.
he just wanted to fuck. Bitch, I am here. You can fuck me. Like, I don't understand. But if a woman does it,
Yeah, well,
there's no coming back from that.
I didn't say it was
No, I'm
just-
not. I'm just saying that's what
Knockout?
it is.
Shit.
All right,
Right?
but I can give you I can give you an
Wait.
example.
If the dude just go fuck a bitch, why is it okay?
And vice versa. It's not okay.
It's not, but
Or it's
Listen,
harder
time
for
out.
men. It's
Time
harder
out,
for
time
men.
out.
You
oh,
guys-
because
If-
for a man, when a woman
got the
steps
answer
out,
to
they failed somewhere.
Time out.
I got the answer.
Oh,
If it's
You
just
Men were always allowed outside the house.
what?
Men were always allowed outside the house. So
Um,
if a girl wanted to cheat, the man had to sneak inside the house for her to cheat. So it was easier for them to keep it secret.
You're stupid.
Sean, what's her name? Your cousin, Sean.
Okay.
My
What's her
cousin?
name?
My cousin
Her
Sean.
husband. No, it's her husband.
Oh, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Ah.
So he said, I feel as though we are not a monogamous species.
We're
We
not.
have a conscience, so we as humans feel bad for cheating.
Mm-mm.
But naturally, we all want to be with more than just one person at one point or
Yeah.
another.
We're
Animal
supposed.
instinct.
We're
We're
supposed to be. Our balls are
We're-
the size of cheaters. Well,
Cheaters.
not cheaters.
Cheaters.
But we're supposed to spread our genes, not cheaters.
all right.
He
So,
fucking said it.
so time out.
No, no.
Scientifically,
Scientifically, I didn't mean cheaters, but fuck y'all.
scientifically, 3. That's what how many men supposed to have.
I'm gonna
Makes
quote
sense.
Derek on
Yeah.
this.
No. We're supposed to.
Scientifically, our balls
Whoa.
are the size of cheaters. That's amazing.
No. It's funny, but I didn't mean
Chimps
that.
have the largest testicles, humans have the middle, and then gorillas have the smallest.
Ooh, Katie's here.
The
Oh, James.
only one
James.
The only one that like mates for life are
Get
gorillas.
it together. Get it together. Cause he said a lot of stuff when you wasn't here. Go back and look when we publish this. Go look. Ooh. He's
Ooh, it's
talking.
hot.
Oh, you know what we should do?
Ah.
This is an idea for the podcast.
Hold on.
Live.
So yeah, no. Scientifically, though, like James said, we're supposed to have multiple lovers. Like we are supposed to. We know this. Now, when you start talking about some
Not
having,
as many as chimps.
no,
chimps
but
be
having,
fucking everybody.
having conscience and stuff is like it's true. We don't want to hurt who we chose as our partner at the time, or in general, we don't want to hurt them. Brianna also had a point with the whole why is it okay? I don't know. I feel like it comes down to the relationship and the people who are in it. You guys have to have that conversation. Like, is it okay to have an open relationship? Is it okay for maybe him to do whatever once, twice, or whatever it might be? Some people are okay with that, and you have to have that conversation and be open about it and be honest.
Brianna, do you believe in the idea of a hall pass?
Oh, hold on, what happened?
I don't know. I'm looking like,
Oh, really?
I wish we had like a line.
I'll be back. I'm running to the bathroom. Don't start this conversation till I get back.
Which one?
Oh, yeah.
hall pass.
Hold on.
The hall pass.
No, I'll be right back.
Hold
Don't.
We gotta keep talking about
Damn
something.
it!
Well,
We
I'm
can-
not gonna
we
try to-
They're playing musical chairs.
Don't touch my hand. Okay.
What?
What?
Are we waiting? What are we doing?
No, you can come in whenever.
Yeah. All right. So I'll just give you my idea real quick. So we should do a line in so that people can call and we can just hook the phone up.
Nah, we chilling. Nah.
Because the reason why I thought that was because of this subject. The subject came up because of Katie.
Cause what?
The whole hall pass came up because of Katie.
Ooh.
And
Hold on. Wait, should you be having this conversation?
hold on. I'm not saying that she said it was okay or
Hold
not.
on. We should wait for James for that.
Yeah,
part.
we'll wait for James.
Yeah.
Cause you might get that nigga in trouble. He ain't even here. What were you gonna say about the hall pass?
Do I believe in a hall pass?
No.
I didn't.
You didn't.
No. But I feel like there's a line, right? So if it's a hall pass just because you want to fuck somebody, versus a hall pass because you feel like I'm not giving you something.
See, but that's something you have to establish in a relationship over time, right? You have to.
And it will always be, no matter what. I don't care if
A trap. A
No,
hall
no,
pass
no,
is
no,
a trap.
I'm gonna say this out loud for everybody.
Chill out. You're bumping the thing and don't say nothing wild.
Okay, no, it's not wild. I'm saying it for females.
Okay. I don't know if you bumped the shit out of that thing.
It's
I don't
fine.
know why you
You're
keep
good.
doing that.
Because there's no fucking room because you wanted a big ass desk.
Ooh, 2.
She said you
That's
overcompensating.
not technically a desk. It's a
Go
table.
ahead.
Whatever.
Anyways, a hall pass is fine, whatever, right? If you say,
What is that?
Hey, you wrong for that.
I couldn't read it right. Huh? I couldn't read
You
it.
say, but yeah, wash your hands after you go into the toilet.
I always wash my hands.
what kind of soap do I have?
Hands on his face.
What does it smell like, James?
Flowers.
Piss.
Not for me.
Okay.
Anyways, okay. So if you give somebody a hall pass, like say for example, you're like, okay, you got 5 hall passes, right? I'm just saying, just
That's
for
a lot,
example.
right? That's a lot. You might say go fuck who you want.
Listen, I'm just saying,
Go ahead.
it's 1 per person. You don't go back because if you go back, that means you liked it.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, cause she gotta die now.
Maybe you should have never given him the hall pass, and maybe you should have chose the girl for him to fuck.
Oh no, I will.
And y'all
if it
should have
ever
had a threesome.
happens. No threesome.
I'd make it
I don't want to know that shit.
No, well, listen.
Threesome
the
is
hall
a word.
pass-
Listen,
the hall pass doesn't work only because
No
if
threesomes
it's-
at all? Like ever?
Listen,
Time out.
listen,
I told you.
listen,
Derek,
this is how I
stop
look
it.
at it. If the reason why I said the hall pass doesn't work,
I was just
Derek,
throwing
never-
out a
so
number.
Derek,
I would
do
never
threesome.
give that many
Because if you give
hall
the other
passes.
chick too much attention, no, it's a problem.
That's the other bitch I don't get. I get her on top. If we doing, I'm
That's
just gonna
not
be
right. I
right.
think the threesome
Fuck
would
it,
work.
I'll deal with it
That's
as it
the
goes. I'll deal with it later.
the hall pass doesn't work because if it's good, he's gonna want to go back.
Nah, cause I'm gonna be straight up and let's fuck this bitch together. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let's fuck it together.
Right. So now the reason why
That's
I said
why-
a threesome
that's
is
why- no,
at
but
least you get
listen,
to choose the girl
that's-
and know what happens.
But wait,
You know what? But what
Hall
if you choke
pass-
her? What if you choke the other one? And she's like, you don't choke me like that.
wait.
Ain't
no,
there a
hold
reality
on,
TV
listen.
you
show?
don't give me that look.
Listen.
You know the choke me look.
Hold on. No matter what, if you give somebody a hall pass, they're going to come back different. In general,
What do you mean?
their mentality is going to be different. Whether they're going to be like, all right, I'm cool, I don't need that, I'm good, or they're going to be
true,
like,
true.
okay,
That's
shit, I kind of might want to do that again.
Damn, now I
Then-
know all
but
the
then
stress
it
is
has
coming
to
from.
be a conversation. He said a hall pass turns into a season pass. But
You're fucking it over for some other guy.
But the hall pass comes with rules, and that's something that you have to you have to abide by. And if it ever comes up that you fucked up,
Broke the rule, yeah.
that's cheating.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I guess I get you. But at the same time, it's like you kind of did give him permission to go do whatever.
No
already.
kissing.
I get, you can fuck him, but don't kiss her. Serious.
Yeah.
Because now it's cheating? Is that how it works?
No
cheating.
kissing.
That's
Kissing is
cheating
an
to me.
emotional thing.
Nuh-uh.
It,
Girls kiss girls all the time.
Kiss-
It's like, so that's
kissing-
my girl.
It's an emotional
Kissing
thing. That's
is
my
a-
girl.
kissing is a cultural thing.
Kissing is an emotional thing.
No, they don't kiss in certain Asian countries.
No, you're right.
Do they not love?
Smile
Do they not
either.
love each other
No.
anymore because they don't kiss?
They don't.
How? Is that what you were taught?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Spanish culture, they kiss
Is
on
it?
the cheek and shit.
I think there's a lack
That's
of
right.
connection.
No, it's just different.
No, he's right. In culture.
I wouldn't know.
So yeah.
So if you okay, so
Okay,
if
hold
you
on.
give
Let
your
him
girl
bring
a
up
hall
the thing
pass.
he was gonna say because James is back.
Oh yeah, do it.
I don't agree with that.
No,
You don't
give a
agree with
girl a
hall
hall pass.
That's
I don't believe
stupid.
in
Why
that.
would I do that?
Oh.
I don't believe in that.
Tell me, we
So
gonna rock.
only
We
men
rocking
have-
this. We
only
rocking
men-
this double standard,
No,
bro.
me and my niggas is running the trends. I get to pick which one.
Hold on. Seriously. I think you have to remember you're talking.
I need more women, so if anybody wants to come on, just I need help.
We have to be honest.
SOS.
We have to be honest as men. For me, and I think a lot of guys take it the same way. Is like when you start talking about a female having sexual relations with someone else and you're claiming the female as yours, and she lets another man inside her. It's a blow to your pride.
That's always our
It's
problem.
a blow to your
Somebody else
pride.
being inside.
What
That's
about she
always
just
the
blows
problem.
him? There's no sex.
And she blows. What the fuck?
Somebody else.
No.
You don't
inside.
respect me. You don't respect me.
Oh,
But you can
and
stick.
then you want me to kiss you,
You
after?
can stick
Hold on,
your
hold on,
dick.
hold on.
You can stick your dick into another woman's fucking vagina,
Nah.
and that's okay.
It's not her mouth.
Listen.
Bitch, other dicks have gone in
Who
there.
you calling bitch? Who you calling bitch?
All of y'all.
Why I gotta be a bitch?
Come up off it, bro.
Well, time out.
You didn't even do your shot. You're
ain't-
the pussy.
Yeah.
bitch.
I have a pussy.
You're the
Wanna go
bitch.
find out?
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
She
Can
said,
I-
give him head, and then she want to come home and kiss you.
Huh?
Does she?
No.
You already established that kissing is love. You already established it. You said it.
Wait, I was asking a question. If you guys felt the same, I didn't know if it was better or worse.
About what? Suck a dick?
Yeah.
Nah, as a guy, I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much. It's just, I feel like a lot of men have this obsession with sticking their dicks in mouths and stuff.
Here's my thing.
And vaginas too.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever, sticking their dick places. Because, people just want to stick their dick places.
Doorknobs.
No, what?
Holes in the wall.
Another thing is being
Tell
told,
them watch
being
those
told
videos.
You
where,
got stories I want to
finish.
hear. What's happening?
That's the thing.
I know.
Being told where to finish. Calm the fuck down, man. We just having a conversation.
I'm
Can you
sick.
give me the What you? Oh, you didn't drink your. Can you drink yours so you can pick the next one?
I can't drink it.
Oh my
Why don't we
God.
let the chat choose?
All right,
No.
so
Fuck y'all, cause no. Just do Jack Honey. Let's finish. Let's rock with that. Or you want to do Apple Crown?
give me a number 1 through 10.
No, nigga. No.
Nah, I want the.
Oh,
Jack
okay,
Honey.
never mind, guys.
You working it? I'll put them on the spot on the internet.
No,
No.
no.
You only have what? 2?
Define work.
7.
What?
Define work.
I mean,
Um.
I'm not doing like
Time.
manual labor or anything like that.
So that means it's off already. Fuck.
Shyster, guys.
Like if you guys go into an apartment complex, you don't gotta worry about me building it.
This thing's annoying.
Well, pay attention to it.
You pay attention. All three of y'all looking at the fucking screen. I'm my.
Yo, how the fuck can we see it if it's on the right side, the left side, and you got it blocked? How can we see?
So how can I see?
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, you didn't even have the shot.
Listen, I am tired.
Of what?
Of Derek's bullshit. I'll finish it for you.
What are you talking about? I don't do anything, bro. I literally don't do anything.
You don't do anything.
Did you see her face? She's like, don't be making.
I'm
statements
sorry,
for me
guys.
like
You know,
that.
usually she's on point with it.
It's Derek's fault.
I'll take it. I'll take
He's
this one.
yelling at me.
I didn't yell until after you fucked up. You know what?
Ha-
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Let's take the shot in forgiveness. Come on. You forgive me?
Are you gonna forgive me?
For what? Come on.
Are you gonna forgive me? You have to say it.
For what?
Kissing you after she gave that dude head. You know.
That's
Oh!
No. I listen.
10 minutes.
No. I have
10 minutes.
to drop kick James Michael now.
I'm gonna drink it.
No, here, give her this.
Nah, wait. Just go there.
So drink it. It tastes like soap.
That was a better reaction than I hoped for.
So 10 minutes. Like, you know, 10 minutes really is.
Oh, I'm sweating. You see how mad he was getting when I was responding to
That was gonna be my
the
question.
dick shit?
It's gonna be my question. So like,
Y'all angry like.
so like no, because like okay, you said like if you could suck this dick or like.
I was just asking
Listen.
more
Right,
so like.
right.
I'm
but
gonna tell
then
you
at
why.
the end of the day, you gotta
You
come
asked the
home and
question
kiss
earlier.
him.
Why is it acceptable for men
Yeah.
and women? When a man does it, we're taught to do that, right?
No,
we're
you're taught for
taught.
territory.
Listen,
Brianna,
listen.
would it be okay
we're
if he had a girl out?
no,
Not that he does it. But I'm
Listen.
just saying.
Corey,
Hell
how
to
many
no.
times
See, it's the
growing
same
up?
thing.
It's
Have you
not.
heard-
Why?
Wait.
Because he's gonna come at the end of the day
Brianna,
and kiss you in your mouth.
Let me finish the thought. and
Alright,
you
go
just-
ahead, hurry up.
How many times growing up, when you've heard of a dude having multiple women, where you like, damn, you did the shit, nigga. Like you're the like you got
all
how
through our
many women?
music.
That's our whole life growing up. But when our woman steps out on us, we failed somewhere. Somewhere we didn't do our job because we're taught to step out and protect.
So it's a shot to your pride. It's not even the
abs-
fact that.
it's absolutely a shot to our pride. We failed with somewhere. What did he have that we didn't?
Go ahead, keep going.
But for a woman, like, they're taught different. It's kind of weird because their goal is to like be the perfect wife, build the household.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
We don't hold men to the standard of actually being there.
women are
Because they're not
no.
always there.
Listen, women are taught to shut the fuck up.
So
Women are taught to be the housewife, be quiet, That's why. That's another reason why it's acceptable for a man to cheat. I'm not saying I agree with it,
Yeah.
but it's like you're not supposed to question him.
You know what?
You're not supposed to ruin the illusion that you're
what,
happy.
Not, and I'm not saying that this is okay,
Oh God.
but he's kind of right. Yo, how many people do you know who grew up with a certain culture, who do what the culture says? For example, Latino women, they stay clean in the house. They can work, but a lot of them clean the house, cook, make sure that the kids are okay, and it's the man's job in a Latino family to do the work.
I can make it even simpler than that.
I mean, that was American. That was an American way too, but now it's more so American women want to have a voice and want to work and do shit.
All right, I'll give you even one better. How many women do you know were told that their man was cheating? It didn't say shit because they don't want to ruin the image. Nobody, no man I know would stand for that.
Nah,
because they're supposed to be
I
the
just didn't want
protector.
to lose my man.
They're supposed to be the protector.
That's what she said.
So when a woman steps out for them, they failed. Where did I fail? Where did I let you down? What did he have that I didn't? I'm not saying that they're right. I'm just saying the bullshit's been taught to us since we were little, and we gotta choose: do we buy the bullshit and believe it,
Okay.
or do we fucking go, nah,
Okay.
don't mistreat me, and I won't mistreat you?
Personal question. You can plead the fifth. Have you guys cheated before?
Never.
I have, yes.
The thoughts never even crossed my mind.
Okay. And so when you cheated, did she find out?
Immediately.
How?
My face.
You
My face. Immediately.
And then what happened?
Immediately.
Did you own up to it?
Oh, of course.
You had no choice?
Of course.
Did she have proof? Or was it just...
Nah, she didn't have proof. However, there was one time where I did try
Oh
to cheat.
God.
And the girl told.
He said I tried
And
to
then
cheat.
then years later, we're at my boy's house, right? And I'm like, yo, why'd you tell? Like, she was the bad guy. I'm like,
He said, I
why'd
tried
you
to
tell?
cheat.
Yeah, I tried. And she was like, and like, I guess like the next day, like my girl at the time was like, you tried to cheat with that bitch? And I was like, oh, she told you? And I was like, and she was like, yeah. I was like, but it wasn't like that. I was just trying to help.
You stupid. Help her what?
So did you guys
With her
stay
back.
Did you guys stay together?
Nah.
Of course not.
Immediately after.
But how long were you guys
She
together?
was-
About
2 years, maybe? 2 years, maybe?
I don't know. I can't see me risking being happy
But
for
you know what, though?
for a one-time thing.
See, but now that I'm older,
But
and now that I'm older, and I've been single for so long.
flip it.
Bam, that's
But
how I
flip
feel
it.
now.
But wait, flip
I
it.
wasted too much
Because-
time being single.
Because hold on.
What you got?
Before he comes back on the road.
Hurry, right there.
No, it's alright. I think for women, it's like, okay, if you catch your man cheating, so say you've been together for a while, right? Say like you guys have put in time, you guys have been through your struggles, you know. And I think time doesn't really matter if you guys like, you know,
Throw apart or not happy?
no, like, so if you guys have like, you guys struggled, you guys done all that shit together and came up out of it, if the guy cheats, I think it's harder for the girl to be like, that one mistake is worth losing this.
I'm back.
But it is.
You know what I mean? No, because a lot of women stay because it's like, if this was a one-time thing, I'm going to give you that shot of the doubt because what we put in means more.
If they cheated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was saying like,
Is it ever a one-time thing? I mean,
but that's the thing.
No,
But
I
that's
don't
the
think
thing
it
is,
is.
at that point, right? At that point,
Sometimes
you
it's
have
rare, though.
Hold on, but at that point, you have a discussion, and if you really are like, okay, damn, I fucked up. It wasn't like that, and then you guys move from here. You start building that trust again, and then they fuck up again. That's a different conversation. So if you decided to stick together,
hold on a second. When was the first time
Hold
wasn't
on.
a fuck
Can I
up?
time out real quick? I want Derek to
What do you
understand this is
You
a
said they
recurring
fucked up
theme.
again.
Both of them have said on cheating, it wasn't like that. What the fuck was it like then? Does that mean? It wasn't
said
like that. Corey said that when he got
Alright,
caught,
so it wasn't like
and
that
you
means
just
that-
said that.
So it
When-
wasn't
like
like that.
it
Am I
wasn't like that. I don't
emotional?
want to. Yeah, I
It
didn't want a
wasn't emotionally
relationship.
attached.
It was
You
just
can
a one
just fucking
time.
not being emotional. That's why when you were saying like for a girl that has to be inside her,
Yeah.
like, but she doesn't have to be emotionally attached to open those legs. Those are her legs to do what she chooses.
I didn't say it was emotional.
I know
though.
that.
I said it was something. She wasn't getting something.
Oh, not see what I heard is you said that
Yeah,
it's
that's
emotionally driven.
Yeah, with the boyfriend.
But
That's
when
why
I
she
was
cheat.
saying emotionally driven, I meant
towards the
when I
boyfriend.
That's
first
fine. Yeah, no.
what I
mean,
first said was she wasn't getting something from her man.
Yeah.
Right. That's
And
what the
then I
emotion
said,
came from.
and then I said it's emotionally driven,
But
as
that's from
opposed
her-
to sexually.
But that's
driven.
from her boyfriend,
That's
right?
what
The
I'm saying.
emotions coming from the towards from not
From
getting
her
it
man, from her man.
not the man that she's cheating with.
Exactly.
See, there's no emotion there. That's what we're both
Exactly.
saying. That's what we said. there's
So
nothing
we're
there.
saying, but are you talking about like there was text back and forth, that kind of shit? Yeah, of course.
I'm saying her emotions toward
There doesn't
you
even have to
can
be
also
text
drive
back
her
and
to
forth
cheating.
situations.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have
Same
to be
thing
from
with
the
a
guy.
Same thing
Yeah.
with a guy. If
But
the
I'm
girl's
saying-
acting like a bitch all the
but
time,
I'm
you
saying
might
mo-
go out and go do it
But
again.
more times than
I
not,
say
the
bitch
guy's
as in, like,
getting
general
something
term.
is a lot of the time it's sexual opportunity for a
I
man.
want to go back with one thing.
Mm.
So remember how she was talking about the whole can she not she but can a female
Mm.
suck the man's thing?
Dick, yeah.
And then
You say dick, man. We're adults.
Suck a
alright,
dick.
so-
He said, "Can you suck?"
You know,
we
for
suck
sure,
the
Can you
Suck,
suck-
the
can
thing.
you suck-
thing.
suck on me?
You're being
Go suck
pretty
the thing.
respectful
Okay,
right
so-
now,
So
Corey.
can she suck his dick or not? All right, but then it's
He
like,
said, "Dang."
and then it's like,
Can you suck his pee pee?
Can you eat?
He's
Then it's like,
dinky.
can you eat a girl out? Right? At the end of the day, I say
Sorry,
no
guys.
on both turns because you gotta go back home and kiss your other, unless y'all don't kiss.
That's fair. I agree with that one.
You know what I mean? I don't
Okay,
want
but you
box in my
okay.
girl's mouth that ain't
Okay,
hers.
but you
Just like
stuck,
I'm not,
you stuck
cock
your
in
dick
mine.
into another female. Now you're trying to bring her nasty ass cheese into me? No.
I wouldn't do
What
that.
the fuck?
I wouldn't do. That's why.
To me,
I
every
can-
other bitch is
I
dirty.
can say the reverse.
And then-
He stuck his dick inside her, and then now you trying to bring his dick cheese into the house too. What up?
That's what I think it is.
But then,
Okay,
and then,
yeah, that's what I don't know where this conversation's going. Like this specific one.
Just don't.
No, I mean, yeah, don't cheat. It gets messy, as you can see. We can't even talk about cheating hypothetically. It shit gets messy real quick.
I think that got thrown off when he heard cheese. Cheese just, he.
So kind of goes full circle. Malik.
No, he wasn't.
It was an understanding. I should have said.
No, he never slept with a trans person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he said he never did.
He was,
No.
On
Watch
the interview that he did.
you gotta watch
No,
that interview.
he said he found them attractive. Never said he slept with them.
All right.
For what? For
Wait, let's
honestly.
look at the rapper first. Who's the rapper?
No, we already talked about that.
The one that killed us?
Mhm. Oh shit! No, we talked about that last week. Me and AJ.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, sorry for having that little like side like tandem like conversation, the tandem, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We didn't have a pre-production meeting. Sorry, guys.
So
Do we ever?
I kind of wanted to. I think we should wait for that one next week, and we'll build off that. So let's do the
Black Pride?
No, we're gonna do the Yogi Bear. So Malik Yoba, recently on. He's doing his little campaign for what he got going on with the conversation for trans and LGBTQA plus. And he's come out and he spoke on some stuff about how he feels and whatnot about things. And he said that he finds transgender females attractive. Like he finds them attractive. I don't know. He never said anything about doing anything sexual. From what I heard or saw so far, they believe they heard or saw something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I definitely think it's a conversation for us to have as people, as men, women. You know what I mean? Where I did get confused early in the conversation, or I felt that it was starting to become more of a emotionally driven thing rather than a scientific or sound thought process, was when they started saying the doctor assigns you your gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, gender it's like that's like saying, okay, so we're gonna call it time because that's what we know it as. It's time, right? That's the definition of it because that's the word. We've agreed
time.
upon this, that this thing is time, or that's a light, right? So when you start talking male or female, scientifically, that is what categorizes you. Yes, it's putting you in a category or a box. Yes, I know not everybody likes that. You know what I mean? But in simplest terms, if you are genetically born with a penis, it makes you a
Male.
and if you're born with a vagina, it makes you a
Female.
Weaker.
Now, why neither one of y'all motherfuckers answer?
I say weaker.
I'll show you weaker, Corey.
So with their argument, it I get what they're trying to say. So the difference between I don't want to say sex and gender because it's the same thing, isn't it? In a sense, your sex
Your
is
sex is male, female. Your gender is what you
Identify as?
identify as.
But here's my issue. They're
Yes.
they're finding
Yes.
they're,
I would think so, right?
I
Yes,
guess,
yes,
but
but
like this is
yeah,
a conversation
Your
where it's,
Scientifically, your sex is male, female.
because if you go gender, yeah, you're right. Because gender
Here's the-
could be. That's what they say. Gender is what.
here's
is
the
a
thing.
spectrum.
I think we need to
Yeah, yeah.
actually make clear
Uh-huh.
we have no horse in this race at all.
Nope.
Like we are people ignorant in this topic,
Yeah.
talking about a topic that
But I,
we,
I
have,
mean,
we don't know about.
personally, I
We're
love
just trying to
learn about
understand.
things,
We're just
yeah.
trying to understand.
Yeah. So, what did you read off that article so far?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who is it? Who's the article? Who wrote it?
Washington Post. So no.
Go ahead. You can read
Ooh.
it.
Who
Read
you been
it.
watching? Go ahead.
Well, no. So apparently,
Uh-huh.
he came out after the
The kid killed
the
himself.
kid killed himself.
Yep.
But then after he came out, another chick came out and said that when she was 13 and 16, he paid her to do stuff
That Malik,
when she was a teenager.
That Malik did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. You didn't watch the
Yeah.
whole thing, right?
I'm not all the way done with it.
Yeah,
I got
so
kind of.
I think that's why.
She was transgender.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
admitted to.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
positive he
Yeah.
admitted to it because that's what I was talking when he was
And there was something about the wife.
asking him if he's gay, and like everyone was like, "No, he's straight."
Yeah.
But he's just trans attractive, is what the
That's the
is.
word they use.
That's what I
Transattractive.
said.
But
That's
hold
the
on,
thing.
no,
Yeah.
no, but hold, yeah, because
You
look,
find
he's
like a-
straight. He's straight, but trans attractive means that he's attracted to trans. It doesn't mean that he's not having sex.
Trans women.
Trans
He's attracted to
Yes,
trans women.
But yes,
It's
but
very
it doesn't
specific.
Mean, yes, but it doesn't mean that. Yeah, I should say the whole word.
Okay,
Sorry.
so trans
But-
women, but is he having sex with her?
Right.
From
Trans
what I heard so
attracted
far,
doesn't
not
mean
yet.
that trans attracted doesn't mean that he's
No.
not, and
But
doesn't mean that he is.
From what I understand, he did confirm that he's had sex with trans women before.
Yes, but
I
then
never
it was
heard
like
that.
then he was like, oh, but
I don't
he
want to. His thing. I don't want to start being like a gossip or. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. Like we're not sure yet, so maybe we shouldn't talk on it. We're not sure. Like you.
Right, actually, his sex,
Yes,
yeah.
me too.
And you
and
did
I,
too.
and I, we both getting the same thing that he
All
said
right,
that he
so-
slept with them.
I comfortably. I can't.
But
speak
no,
on
I
that
think
part 'cause
I think
didn't
that's
see it
fair.
all.
I think it's fair
Yeah.
to first to say like we don't know for sure.
Like I wouldn't want to
Because
put
maybe
that through,
he
I
got
don't
caught
know
up in the
anybody.
And maybe-
conversation
and
and he
maybe-
misspoke himself.
And maybe his idea
Or maybe
of
we're
sleeping with somebody,
misremembering it.
maybe his idea of sleeping with somebody
Nah,
could
nah,
be
nah,
getting
nah.
oral
Fucking is
and going
fucking.
to sleep.
No, fucking is fucking. Oh, oral
See what I'm
sex.
saying?
Oral sex.
Yeah.
So
and then maybe y'all fall asleep.
um,
That's sleeping with somebody.
I believe it's a conversation that needs to be had. I agree with, like, you know, I'm going to respect you as you approach the table. You know what I mean? 100%. At no point will I purposely attack you to make you feel however, right? But at the same time, I can't, like, we're having a conversation on mutual ground. So let's treat each other the same way. You want to identify however you identify, I will oblige to that as best I can. I just don't think something like I won't sit there and go back and forth with how you want to identify in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, apparently there's gender fluid and things like that.
What's gender fluid?
Gender
Yeah,
fluid is
that
someone
one's weird.
who feels that they are male or female depending
their
on the
mood
time,
or
mood,
time, yeah.
situation.
Which
Yeah,
is not fair.
It's,
That's not fair.
I listen,
all,
but
but-
here's the
but-
thing: we can't start picking and choosing either.
But you
You know what I
gotta
mean? If we
explain-
want to accept, we accept the spectrum.
I wish
Okay,
I
but
wish
for
I knew a
example-
gender fluid person just so that
Yeah.
I
we
could
can have
get
the
that
conversation.
understanding.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that
Like,
conversation.
like, is it? I mean, we probably don't know, but is it like, you know, today I feel this way.
Yeah.
Or-
Well, that
or
could be
is
in
it like-
15 minutes. It could be.
So like, if we were having
Mhm.
sex, I could literally be like, I'm a man now.
So
So-
you had to turn around.
Nah.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck? I didn't sign up for that.
But-
You know what
No,
I mean?
But it
like,
could be,
exactly.
At that
exactly.
point, you are no longer consent.
But okay, just like
Isn't that like, oh,
just
I,
like
Yeah,
you
but-
could be
Is it like-
schizophrenic.
But that's what
Yeah,
Derek
so-
just said, though.
so
That's why you.
you
That's
be
what Derek's saying.
schizophrenic.
We have to have the same conversation.
I don't know.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to say
What?
schizophrenic.
Well,
it's like
yeah, I know it's not
Yeah,
like
now,
that. I
now
know
you're
it's not
saying
like
it's.
that.
yeah.
But wait,
no, it's
no,
not like
no,
that.
Let's be honest here. It sounds like, okay, something
It
in
sounds
your
like
head.
someone who's not sure.
Trying to diagnose.
Hold on, I don't
What?
know, Brianna. You want to go this way?
I do.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying,
it's-
but I feel like that's not where it is for a lot of people.
Because you
Yeah.
can't
Okay,
explain what's
but-
going on in somebody's head.
Yeah.
Okay, so but before we could be like, that's schizophrenia, but now,
Mm.
no, we can't do that. We don't want to offend you.
We
You
don't-
feel,
we don't wanna
you
label
don't,
you,
you
yeah.
don't know what you are yet. You know, you don't know where you want to be. If you want to be a girl or boy, you're figuring it out. Okay, but no,
Yeah.
that sounds like schizophrenia to me.
But so where does that stop? Because now I can go. oh no, you were born as a boy, but you're saying you're a girl.
Okay,
That's a
James.
mental illness.
But where does
We-
that
that-
start?
Yeah.
Dad,
Where
where does
that
it
start?
Where does it? But
Because when you tell
the
your
moment
kid,
that we start trying to label anything where a person feels uncomfortable about their gender fluid or whatever as a mental illness,
Yep.
that's where it
It gets
starts.
dangerous.
That's
Yeah.
dangerous. We can't do that.
I
So,
know my
let me ask the
wording.
question because it was actually in the interview that I was listening to. So you know, I take this myself personally. I take it very serious when we start talking about the LGBTQ and all that stuff. In the sense, because I know the community that we grew up in and whatnot, it wasn't accepted, obviously. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we were raised to accept and love everybody for who they are and how they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel personally, and I know it's a standard that I hold, and it might not be fair, but I hold my people to a certain standard, and that's not just people I surround myself with, but my community, as in like the black community or minorities, however, because we've come from. Because we come from such a bad and ugly history and past that we were thrown and treated however, we should be more accepting and understanding of others that are different or treated less than or not the social norm, right?
Yeah.
This is how I feel. Now, I can't project that on the people, but I will bring it up in conversation and let it be known that's my stance on it. Now, I do not know how people respond to this, but me personally, I am a heterosexual male.
Sis.
Yeah.
See that whole cis
That's
stuff
what
and
they call
whatnot.
it.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
It's,
but
how does someone in that conversation say no? The doctor appointed this, and I reject that. But then you apply it on me,
or
Right?
how do you say
Because you
because cis means of the same, right?
But that means no, because they're saying that you agreed to it. That's all. That's all they're
Yeah,
saying.
but no, but in their conversation and their point of view, because now they're trying to put it in my perspective. No, we're talking about yours. So when you say cis, now you're putting me in a box that you didn't want to be put in
right
in the
it's-
conversation.
right?
But no, what they're saying.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to say in the perspective of them, and I
Right.
say them because it's me having a conversation with someone.
But what they're trying to do is make it so that we're using the same language in a game where we
Is
already.
that a question or are you stretching?
No, I'm not. I'm
No,
not stretching.
I have
Oh.
a thought when
Oh.
you guys are done.
so-
But what they're saying,
like,
what they're doing is they're
what,
trying to
truth?
give us all the same language in a game that they weren't asked to be in. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the
So cis, what all they're saying is you agreed to the gender you were given.
okay.
I didn't.
Trans
So-
means I don't. That's all that means.
I'm gonna say this personally.
Just hold on. Just because I didn't argument mean I agreed it.
So let me ask this question. Based off that, if I do not want to identify as the cis part, I just want to be known as a heterosexual male,
right.
like I've always been my whole life.
Right.
Because you want to change the rhetoric on your part, and I might back you on that. I honestly think you should respect my part of I just want to be known as a heterosexual male.
Right.
I don't want the cis added on or anything like that.
Yes.
I am just a straight heterosexual male.
Right.
That's what I identify as, and I back your play 100%. You want to go do a march or something? I'll go with you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, respect my part of it too. Now, I don't know how to. I'm just gonna throw it out there. When they rejected, in a sense, the label of male or female, and they said, okay, you know, I don't want to play that game or that part. Or I don't want to abide by those rules. I feel different. Cool, 100%. But those same people are the ones who go back to those doctors that they said, no, I don't agree with you, to go get whatever gender change they want, right?
No, they do go to the doctor that agrees with their argument to get the change. Because
The point is, it's a doctor.
I get you, but you understand the kind of doctor that it is.
No. These
These
doctors that are doing these surgeries are just getting paid.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They probably have no stock in it. They probably don't give a fuck.
I was under the understanding that these were because just like you have traditional medicine doctors,
Yeah, you
so
got-
doctors
they-
that won't give you
you
alternative
specialize
medicine.
in things,
So just
yeah.
like doctors that won't give you alternative medicines, right?
Yeah.
So they give you traditional medicine. So that means that there's doctors that go with the traditional science. So that means that trans and other fluidity, other gender fluid sciences aren't in particular with their practices. So you have to go to a doctor that argues your argument.
Stay there. Stay there.
Stay right there. Come on.
I have a question.
What's up?
Um,
I might have an answer. I pulled out the Raven. They said I went too far.
how do you guys feel about a transgender man
So born a man,
born female,
Born
female.
went male.
turned
male.
male.
Yep.
Okay.
Like picking a fight with a man,
You deserve an ass whooping. Then.
but then saying,
No, you can't
know
flip.
what I mean?
You can't flip.
Nah.
No.
but
That's still for the. Hold on, I feel the same way with
hold
lesbians.
on, but hold
Yep,
on.
hold
Okay,
on.
I know. But I'm saying,
You better hold
Hold
on
on.
to whatever you can, because
But-
that flipping's coming.
I'm
Aside-
riding yo.
hold on. Aside from hate crime, right?
It's not a
That's
hate
what
crime.
they-
I didn't know.
No,
you,
but I'm saying
I
that's-
didn't know you were trans. I whooped your ass.
But
Like,
that's
you a
what
nigga.
they. I'm
Go ahead,
saying
go ahead,
that's what they
ask
would
the question.
say.
Yep.
Aside from a hate crime,
We got to do better. I'm sorry. Even in my own fucking statement, I did it. We have to do better. Stop cutting each other off. All right. We got to stop over talking. So when she raised her hand, she didn't raise her hand, so she should have. The
So we gotta do what?
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, all right. So you fuck up this trans man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You fuck up the trans man. They call the police. Does
You
that
just start screaming mutual
no?
combat.
But does that does that? So say he still has a vagina at this point. He didn't get the sex change yet.
Okay.
Is he still late? Like, is it now a domestic?
See,
Like,
it
is
start-
it? Did
that-
you just
that's-
beat a woman?
What it depends, cause how are they carrying themselves?
The laws also haven't caught up to that answer.
Yeah.
That's what
Let
I'm
me to that
saying.
question.
That's why I said
So if-
traditional medicine.
Here we go. Here's the problem. Now it comes back down to the interpretation of man, and your ass is probably going to jail for fighting a girl.
Yep.
Nope. See, what I'm gonna do though is I'm not gonna
More
use
likely
that.
than
I'm gonna
not.
just start saying I beat his ass or I beat that nigga's ass.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah. No. That's
and
what
at
you do.
one point, do I drop any hint that I thought they were trans or could have been female?
Yeah, no, that's true.
And when they asked the cops,
If it's obvious,
Yeah.
if it's
How do you
obvious,
explain these?
yeah. But
that happened.
no,
Indecent exposure.
no,
That
because
happened-
they don't identify as that.
That happened after the cops showed up. Look, I didn't know that was they
that
had
was-
those before.
Oh, that was
Damn, my
that
nigga got
was,
some nice ass titties.
no, it's not- it was like, oh, that was a titty. Oh, I didn't know. But that's a good question.
But that's what I'm saying. That doesn't make it fair.
Like I said though, you want to step up, be ready to get knocked down.
That's like the trans women.
I don't know.
trying to fight
We're talking
in
about fair in a
women's MMA.
No.
in a conversation about transgender.
A male-
What has been fair for them? Like in all
Trying to
honesty.
fight.
Yeah, no, I'm against
They're
that.
trying to
100%.
do that, though.
Yeah, who? Everybody,
trying to
say,
do
all
that.
this, they're all trying to
Yeah,
not.
but they're trying to. Yeah.
They're like they'll do
You're
its
right.
own.
You're right. That's what I'm just saying, yeah.
They said they'll do its own
I don't think
division
society's
stuff.
caught up to answer that question.
Nah.
Brianna.
But at the same time, we saw like
Well, we
as a
haven't
people,
even-
it hasn't been figured out.
They haven't
Yeah.
So
solved
we can't
the
expect for legislation to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was on the interview. There's a part where he had asked if the girl was if the guy was transitioning to a girl, and they jumped down that motherfucker's throat. The guy was like, "Oh, you need to not be so over infatuated with someone with dick." I was like, "Time out."
Can I ask you a question though?
That's what I'm saying. But like all three of them was like, blah, 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 and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like he fucked up. Then I thought, and I was like, "No. That's a fair fucking question because if you're transitioning to a female, and that means you're going to have a medically created vagina rather than whatever you want to call it."
How trans are you?
No, because technically, like, 'cause they were. I think they got mad that he was like, if the dick's not there, and they're like, why does it matter why does it matter if a dick is
time
there?
out. Let me-
If a dick is there, you are now talking about having sex with the same sex, right?
Right, sex,
Yeah.
Sex.
not
Right.
gender.
Same sex. You're having
Right.
sex with the same sex.
Right.
And if I am a heterosexual male,
Having sex
I
with
do
that
not
person.
like that.
Right.
I do not. That's not pleasing to me.
Right.
And why you over there knock the fuck out?
Hell
Why
yeah.
why is that wrong to ask that question? In the same breath, I will say I don't think I could or would have any sexual relation with a trans female at this point in my life at all. You know what I mean? Like I can't say that. And don't get me wrong.
It's
some and this is I don't know how it's gonna be taken, but
trans
like
women
Uh-huh.
are getting better
Alright.
at you can't tell.
you mean like how like
Some of these
when
trans
they
women are looking
put
better than
makeup
normal
on and
women.
shit?
Yes, they look
It's-
way better than
they be out here.
women that were born as women.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
So
They
in-
some beautiful ass bitches.
Yeah. So here
Or
you're right.
all right, yeah, bitches. That's what they want.
I mean they are who they are, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like it's the conversation is like so selective on the it's not as open as the conversation should be.
Yeah.
Why can't I ask that part? Why can't I ask? Oh, hey, you know, If you have a penis and I don't want to deal with that, does that make me whatever? You know, does that make me like what's the word they use?
I don't know, but I think part of the reason why you can't ask is because it's still not okay to defend. So because you.
What do you mean not to defend?
You get shitted on for defending any LGBTQ.
For defending?
I get it, but
You get what I'm saying?
but those are people who are already against them being who they are.
Yeah.
Why does it matter what they have
It
to say?
doesn't matter, but it's not accepted.
I think it's more accepted than it's not.
Yeah,
I think the minority is just
split.
louder than the people
I
who
think
support
it's
because the people are just tired of the minority yelling at them, so they shut up. The people who would defend have been yelled at so much they're just like, I don't know what to say in this.
Mike, I don't know how you, Brianna, that's in the mic, bro.
Did you hear it?
You don't know how.
I heard it super loud over here. Look how
You
close
don't
you
know
are
what
to the mic.
What you saying?
Sorry.
You don't know what?
I just don't know, like, you know, when we try and have an open conversation that, you know, people have a stock in or get emotional or uncomfortable about. When you're talking about something so heavy, how do you get defensive on a question that is a big part of the conversation as a whole? The whole conversation is to accept the person for who they are and love them for who they are.
Yeah, I get,
Right?
I get
so
that.
we're, like, they're like, you're so focused on the dick. Well, if I'm approaching or talking to you and to me you're a female right now, like that I know you're a female, then you disclose you still have a penis. Now I move accordingly, right? So if I move accordingly and don't want to do whatever, now it makes me
Phobic?
what? Yeah, like homophobic or whatever the fuck it might be.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair.
I'm
under a misconception.
All right,
the
but
whole
yeah,
time.
but
You asked the question.
take a step back. Take a step back out of your shoes, right? How many times do you think this person's been rejected?
That's
No.
That's not my
They're-
concern.
That's my
they're-
question.
They're just tired. Can you not like just think about like
Why'd
that?
you laugh?
But,
Because
like-
both was like, fuck you.
Because
But is it
I
my
mean,
concern at that
All
time?
right, James.
I-
Okay, James, the cop that had the bad day and failed.
Time
So,
out.
you know what I'm talking about?
Derek's asked the question,
Huh?
and it is your concern. It is
In a sense,
Listen, it's
in a sense,
absolutely
but in
your
my
right.
instance,
Or
It's
you choose to make
it's
You're
it.
asking
absolutely your
me.
right to say no.
yeah.
But but what I'm saying is from their perspective, how many times have they been told no?
Yeah.
How many times have they been
So
hurt?
I'm.
That's all I'm saying.
So I'm supposed to.
So why?
No, I'm supposed to be concerned and worried about their feelings.
I'm not asking you to lie. You just asked like
What am I supposed to do? Like kiss them?
that's up to you.
Yeah,
I'm just trying you.
James.
I was just saying
So
you.
let me
I'm
ask
just giving
you-
you a perspective.
No, but
Here's
so
the
that's what
question.
I'm saying. Because they were rejected by other people, now it's me who has to worry or pick that up.
That's like a cop having a person that did a terrible
So-
job.
I'm gonna be like Dave
before your
Chappelle and
exam
pass it on to the
and
next
failing you
motherfucker.
So no,
on
Here you
your
go.
exam.
Here's the thing. We have the terminology already. I'm not trans attracted.
Yeah.
But then they
I'm
gotta-
not trans attracted. Now it's up to them. Now it's on them. If they feel a type of way, now I'm using the language that they gave me. Right? Because what you said was you're not attracted to penis. Well, guess what? She already said that she doesn't want the penis. She doesn't want it there. She's getting rid of it. So now what you said is you don't validate her as a woman.
How?
That's not what he's saying.
Yes, he is.
In a sense, he's
Yes,
right.
he is.
In a sense.
Okay, cool. I'm not trans attracted.
Oh,
But that doesn't mean you're not validating as a woman.
Did you see that?
Yes, you.
No. What that tells
They
me
already
is
told
no.
you
What
that the
that
penis
tells
is
me
going
is that
away.
the reason. What that tells me is the reason why he's saying that he could say the reason why he can say
But wait.
he's not trans attracted is no offense to the trans woman, but she can't have a kid.
No, wait, hold on, no.
I said
I
it,
think it's even
But
more.
that's what it's going.
I think
that's
it's
what
simpler
seems
than
to me.
that. I think it's simpler than that.
It's
That's just
yeah.
not his type.
Yeah.
You don't like certain, right? If you see a girl, you don't like her because she don't got big boobs. You don't talk to her. So if I'm walking up to this girl and she still has her dick, I'm not fucking with it.
So once they get,
It's a type.
Once they get rid of the dick,
Then maybe we can
all of a
talk.
sudden
See,
the conversation.
here's the thing.
Maybe we can talk.
I mean, I know that there's like I don't know if you call it a stigma or whatever. She's a beast. But at the same time, it's like it should be okay for me to say it's not for me.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And that's where I think a lot of this like misconception is coming. Like, don't be afraid to be honest that it's not for you because you're worried about a backlash. At the same time, say it respectfully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just treat them like a person. Like, oh, you know, even if they are after whatever surgery or whatever, say they fully transitioned.
If it's not for
If
you,
it's not for you, it's not for you. And I mean that in the sense, like, even if the thought,
That's across
even,
the board.
Yo,
The
you
pro-
have the
even
right to
if
your
the-
own happiness.
even
too.
if the thought of that they were once a male is why, that's okay. It's not for you. It's not for you. I'm not at no point spewing hate. I love everybody for who they are. Be you, but at the same time, it's like I can't. In this conversation, there's two sides. So I can't say 100%. Yeah, because she wants to be a female, validate her as a female. Yeah, I respect that, and I will do that. At the same time, on the other hand,
Not for me.
now if this person is like, hold on, this, that, and the third, and now I know it's not for me, it should be okay for them to walk away.
And not be labeled as like
No, exactly.
anything hateful or whatever.
No, because why can't you not like something?
Yeah.
Or not be attracted to something?
Because in all fairness,
Oh.
there is straight men who go with straight women
still gonna
and
flirt
turn
though, right?
them down.
You're still gonna flirt though, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, all right.
Flirt? There's nothing wrong with that. Shit.
Yeah, no, no, I'm flirting.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that was. I don't know. I feel like it's starting to become. It's starting to get to that like, kind of where the Black Lives Matter and the Me Too movement is getting or going. Like, I can see it starting to get pulled in a way. The conversation's starting to, maybe favor something else rather than what it was originally supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And trust me,
Did
I
you see the Dave Chappelle comedy special?
yeah, I love that shit.
Did you hear all the backlash he's gotten for
Yep.
him being hateful?
Stop
The
being
people that
so
clicked his
sensitive.
face.
Yep. Stop being so sensitive. It's comedy and some of there's truth in
Yeah,
a good
a
amount
lot
of
of
that.
it was true.
Yeah, I feel like this was a good conversation overall. I think that's it for this one. We appreciate everybody who's come in and actually, you guys have any closing remarks? Anything you want to say?
No, not really.
No, I'm good.
I think it was a good one.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
like this
Okay.
one.
So we gotta close it out, bro. We
Finish
appreciate
off with
everybody
the
who
shots.
came in. We will do these at the end. We appreciate everybody who came in and stopped and gave said hello, threw in some of their thoughts as well, asked questions and whatnot. We appreciate you guys as always. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and big please share. Help us share and get this out there. The team is back. We will be here every Saturday. We do this all the time. And, we might start to try and get 2 going a week and just start doing more. If anybody has anything they want to talk about, make sure to come in, drop the line, or send a message to one of us, You can find us on the Wadcast on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram as well. Same thing. It's the With All Disrespect podcast. All this will be linked in there. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at drock208. But yeah, anything else you want to say?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm in love with Mary Jane, and on Twitter, I'm Pain132, and I think that's it.
And with that being said, this has been another installment of the With All Disrespect podcast. We are going to knock down these shots. Cheers to you guys. Bink. I'm not doing that. Yep. Good night.